How Thabathui. That's so much fun to do that. Why is it fun to do Sandler's, whatever that
I know.
sound
We used to
that he
repeat
makes.
it always at the office because we'd walk around and go,
Yeah.
Sandler, one of our favorite persons to interview. He's just such a fun dude and such a good dude, and been around him
Great stories.
for years, a little bit before SNL, and then since then, been a great pal to me. We've had a good run of just being buds and screwing off and golfing and whatever. And Dana, he looked up to Dana when we got there. We all did.
Everybody likes Adam. He probably hate to hear that, but he's hard not to just really like. He's a genuinely very sentimental person, super funny, and it was really fun just hanging out with him. And he's got some great stories. He takes his time. So we all really enjoy The Sandman.
Yeah. And it's live. Can you believe it? So pull over, listen, call in sick at work, and hear it. This one goes long.
Yeah, there's a big old giant audience there giggling at our little throwaways. So it made me a little lighter in my step the next day.
All right, Sandu.
Sandman and Sandu. I think he nicknamed me Dana Doo, right? Did anyone else call me Dana Doo?
They called you Doo-Doo.
Well, they call you were Spudley, right?
I was Spadoodle.
They didn't call me Doo-Doo. I'm sad now.
Spudnik. And most of those are from Dennis.
Cheers.
But the shortest nickname I had was Spader McDater Potato Tomato Hangernator.
Right.
And I get that a lot.
And Sandler just called me Dana Doo, but Farley and Rock always called me the lady because the church lady. And Sandler was Dana Doo because he did it the other night, and I realized he just calls me Dana Doo. So then I call him Sandu, and he goes, "No, it's Sandman." Anyway, we sing, we laugh, we cry. It's a really fun podcast. So please enjoy it. And they're all great. Let's face it. We don't have any favorites, but we do love Adam.
All right.
Yeah, that's not a fucking thing. It's about. That's what you gotta do. You gotta get to your seat. You gotta get your drink and you gotta get to the seat.
Sit down. It's starting.
You gotta get to your seat. You gotta get your drink. You gotta get to your seats. You gotta get to your seats and get your drink. In what order, David?
Welcome to the Olsen Twins show.
Yes.
It's clickbait. What has happened to the Olsen twins? Look at them now.
Wow, it's a cute fest up front.
Yeah.
You know, we played here in 1962. You know, it was a shitstorm then. Ringo couldn't even keep his beat.
People rushing in now. This is the show, by the way. I hope you are able to write off your ticket.
Yeah.
You know, just send it to your account, and hopefully you'll get money, a rebate.
This guy's got a laminate that gets him on all 350 shows from Netflix as a joke this week. So.
I know. Netflix is a joke. Here's Joe Biden talking about the festival. Netflix is a joke. No joke. Good night. You know, he says no joke all the time when it's not a joke.
Get it.
People are dying. I'm not kidding around here. My father died. No joke. We're dying now.
We can't walk him to every joke. You guys will
David,
get it.
there's two of us. We're like the Everly Brothers. I mean, I'll just be
I'm
over
on
here
top of
now.
you like this.
We could just spread the stage. You go over there. Look at this. I've never been part of a duo.
Yeah, it's good. Let's get it going because we got our bud here and we want to get things started.
Fly on the wall. We got a lot of things coming. I'm telling you, many people are saying we got a lot of stuff coming for you tonight. Fly on the wall.
That's Trump.
Trump with a head cold. Thank you.
All right,
You're tremendous.
Let's
Many
get
people are
settled.
saying.
Let's settle down.
Yeah, we're gonna settle in.
This is our podcast. And by
Yeah.
the way, all joking aside, thanks for coming. I've never done anything like this. And we have our very, 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 very good friend who we all adore as our guest, which is very cool. Look at this. All right. I can just do that.
All right, this next young man coming to the stage.
Yeah.
Dana, you can introduce.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our very dear friend from Saturday Night Live and about 100 movies, the one and only Adam Sandler.
Yay!
The middleweight champion of the world. Hey, yo, Rocky, what are you doing?
How are you? I didn't even know it started.
We don't. It hasn't started actually.
It's
What
nothing.
went on so far? Did you guys talk?
We talked. I just got used to talking to a crowd. It's been the pandemic thing. Have you been in front of a crowd since the
No,
pandemic?
this is the first time. It's going great.
Yeah.
It's going incredible.
Hey, really?
You got a good full one tonight. Yeah. You got a mic. You good? You
So
know,
you
a
just
hoodie.
keep it
I
in?
wear a hoodie sometimes. It takes about a year and a half off my age, I feel. I think it's smart. It's
Oh,
good.
it's so
Look at
good.
this. Yo, what's up?
The
Suspects.
beard is blocking so
I like
much
it.
too.
I like the look. You
I
could
got so-
definitely be on Skid Row and be like, "Hey, what's up, bro?"
Dude, I
I'm
went
just kidding.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
I'm with you.
Adam, I have to tell you something. Danny,
Yeah.
you can listen, but I
This time,
Today-
last time he made me go in the little boy place. Go ahead.
actually today we did a memorial for Norm Macdonald today, and
Yeah.
that was great. We all love Norm. We all work with Norm,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
when there was a break in the action,
Yeah.
it's stupid, but I went to McDonald's just because I had.
You did?
Yeah,
What'd you order? What's your McDonald's order?
that's a great question. Then we're gonna get to you in a minute, but I want to get to me.
We like to talk about ourselves.
Oh yeah, that's right. I've listened. Good
You've
God,
heard this.
You, I like listening to. You, I can't fucking believe how much you talk.
I know. No, Adam, it's not that. I have a lot to talk about.
All right, go ahead.
So-
All right, back to David.
Oh, the shirt, 12 grand. What did you ask me? Anyway, so
He's
here's-
rich.
No, here's what happened. I went to McDonald's and I got scared because I went in and people go, "Do you actually?" They can't believe I go to McDonald's and they can't believe I go in. No one goes in anymore. But I'm a man of the people, you know. So I go in and I get filet of fish meal deal.
That's okay.
By the way, I go, "What's your filet of fish of the day? Is it a branzino?"
Take a break.
And then, we laugh. And then we laugh through the bulletproof glass. And then I cut.
So then what happened?
And then I get a 6-piece McNugget. I don't even know why I'm telling this fucking story. We got Adam here. But Adam loves this kind of shit. This
Love
is
it.
real people stuff. So I get my nuggets and my hot mustard and I sit down. And I sit down in there. I get a little table and I just want to make some fun because I got to go back. And I'm eating bloop bloop. And naturally, outside there's someone who's acting a little crazy.
At the McDonald's.
Yeah, of course. It just comes with the deal. So
He was starting trouble.
I'm like this.
Yeah.
I'm getting nervous because there's a line of cars and he's banging on the windows, and I go, "Why the fuck did I come in?" Because now I'm trapped. Starts heading toward the door. I go, "There's no chance." Bam! Door opens, drenched in sweat, and he walks right up to me.
He walked
And
away.
he
What?
walks right up.
is...
It was Ted Sarandos. No, it wasn't.
Ted Sarandos.
No, it was it was just a guy, and he was kind of I don't know what was going on, but he's a little crazy. So he goes, "Hey man,
The story keeps fucking
What?
going.
I know, but you guys are interrupting."
We're going to take a short break.
Anyway, he goes, "Give me some money for some food," and I go, "All right," and he's just talking to me. So I go, "Okay," and I give him $10, and then he goes, "Give me your McNuggets."
That's fucking
And
nuts.
he's dropping sweat on. He's like, and I go like this. But I know I don't have a lot of time, and I don't want to argue with him. He's going to kill me. So he goes, I go, "I'll give you one."
What?
I gave him one.
This is a fucking bit.
I swear to God today. And I
You
gave
worked this out at the
Chris
store.
Rock did this bit. I'll give you one nugget.
give me one rib.
Rich Schneider.
I gave him a goddamn
Who was
nugget.
it?
Chris Rock.
Oh, Chris Rock.
has that button. Anyway, this is a newer version of that. And then he goes, "Give me another one." And I gave him two.
Jeez.
And then I go, "That's it. I
Did he
gave you
dip it
$10.
in sauce? Did he dip
He
it
didn't
in
want
his
to. I
sauce?
wasn't gonna let him. He goes, "I'll just dip it in sweat." Bloop, bloop. So he had two, and then I go, "Just go buy some." And the people at the cashiers were waving me off, like, "Don't send him over here." And so he went over there, and then I got up and left because I got scared. But that's all. Adam, our
And
guest
let's
tonight.
bring that guy out right now.
Actually,
Nugget Man.
you know,
Daryl!
let's look at a clip.
You met a crazy man in a McDonald's.
That's pretty good, though, David.
Anyway,
Remember the crazy man you saw your first day in New York? What
did I say?
Where you saw a man masturbating in the park?
Yeah, we thought, he was masturbating in the park, and we're walking by. We just got to Manhattan. We're hey, let's go walk in the park. And he's masturbating. We're kind of trying not to look, and he goes, "Hey, have you got the time?" It's like he's jacking off on a car bench, but he's really worried. And a park bench, sorry. Anyway, yes, Adam. You have a memory like a steel trap.
I loved it.
We had some fucking crazy times.
Me and you together was the best. When David would come by, we'd be like, all right, we got to listen for a while.
No.
He'd have a McDonald's, or remember the Jack in the Box story? It was like 20 minutes, but it was great. But we had some crazy, had that one crazy gig where we got lost.
Yes. Me and
Remember that?
Dana went on a great gig. I opened for you. You were the king, and you let me do 10 minutes before you.
It was upstate New York, and there was no cell phones, and we started getting lost, and we just realized, wow, we're really, really lost. So we showed up like 4 hours late, and the students were just sitting up in a gym like this, dead silence, like a church.
Yeah, they were pissed, right?
So I go get him, Adam.
Yeah, you sent me out there.
Did you have your guitar with you?
No, I wasn't guitaring then, but Cajun Man just started. Oh. It was Cajun Man, so I said, onion, and they gave me some sort of noise, and I was like, okay, this is a new life I got, man.
Fucking Cajun Man.
But I did 10, 15 minutes. I did fine.
Yeah, you did
You
fine.
said I did great, but I probably did fine. But then you went up and annihilated.
I don't remember it that way.
Yes.
I thought we both had a rough
Was your set 8 minutes of Cajun Man?
Anytime something didn't work, I'd go, funny on.
And we ate Cajun afterwards. We found a place in the Pocono Mountains or something, right?
Yeah, we tipped back a few, drove back.
No, we went crazy in the car. Let's admit it. On the way back, Adam and I just got a case of the Fuckets, and the car was full of beer. Yeah. And we started drinking it, and then you brought out cigars, or somewhere we had
like
cigars.
Yeah.
So we're drinking beer and having cigars and playing Rod Stewart for like hours.
I like you
and we went crazy, and we ran out of beer, and then we went to a liquor store, but you were with me, and you looked 15 at the time.
That's right.
I had an ID, but he goes, I'm not selling it to you because of him, and he pointed at you. And then we got him on
I said to him, remember I said, onion? He goes, shut the fuck up.
Usually that worked. They would just hand us a six-pack. Onion. Anyway,
Alcoholism.
we went crazy. But
Let's get to when Adam started stand-up, because you started before me, but you were in New Hampshire.
I did start before you?
I think, no, maybe it's about the same time. I started when I was like 18 and a half. And then how old were you?
I was 17.
Oh, when you started stand-up, where did you go on?
I went on senior year in high school. My brother told me, and my brother was going to Boston University, and then he said, remember I told you, somebody went to Boston University here? No? Hey!
They're like, whatever you want, Adam. Well,
That's
sure.
It's a good school. Congratulations. But anyways, my brother, we were at dinner, and he said, hey, I got you that lottery ticket. I told you, remember you had to wait online and get a ticket to go on stage? And I said, oh yeah. My God, you got that? And because he mentioned it a couple of months earlier, and then I went, he said, it's tonight. So I put on a dress shirt. I remember I had a nice dress shirt with stripes. I didn't know how to button this. I was never good at buttoning my own this
here,
right here. So I rolled it up like Spade right there.
Yeah.
And then
because I still don't know how to do it.
I don't know. Is that happening still? When
it's funny that what you would think to wear the first time, because I wore a shirt and a tie.
The first time you went on? Really? That's nice.
Because I wanted to look older. I looked very young, and I had to go to a real bar to do it, and the age was 19 in Arizona. So,
what was the bar?
There's one called Chuckles, and then Anderson's Fit the Stay.
Chuckles?
Mm-hmm. I know they all have goofy names. Gutbusters.
Was that in Scottsdale?
The Looney Bin. Oh. Yeah, Chuckles was the first place I went on. And I didn't mean to stop your story. But where could you go on a bar when you're that young?
I went on at a place called Stitches Comedy Club.
See, Stitches
in Boston.
You're 17.
17, went on stage.
No one gave a fuck. It's so funny. They let anyone go on young.
I didn't even know what to talk about. I was driving down with my brother, and he said, did you write anything? And I said, no. I'll wing it, man. Everything's funny.
Your brother was like your manager.
Yeah, he 100% was just going, you got to do something with your life. And so there's nothing else you could do. You really can handle nothing. So I went on. I did the 5 minutes. I had a retainer because I was still young, and I remember just total silence. I was saying stuff that that I thought they would love, that my family's loved for years, and they were just going. And then I remember hearing one guy go, "He's got a retainer," and I was like, smiling. And
Dana had
Do you
a
remember
pacifier.
any of your jokes?
didn't say anything that made sense. There's nothing to remember. I don't
sense
even
at
know
all.
what happened. I used to get that blank mind, like
Yeah.
the first 2 years, 3 years of comedy. All day long I'd be practicing and all the shit written down, and like I'm gonna say this, then that, then this, and then I'd get on stage and I'd be like, well, I fucking hate it here. Why am I here right now?
Yeah.
And space out. You guys space out, I'm sure. Back in the
blank
day.
out all the time. I would be
Terrifying.
nervous all day long, just adrenalized, sweating, just a bright red neck, terrified, pacing.
Yeah.
You know, and
funny 'cause
this
when
is
you're-
while I was sleeping. No, my point is this. No, it was stage fright. I mean, you had just basic.
100%.
By the time, well, I don't want to go forward, but by the time you got on SNL, it seemed like you had a lot of confidence pretty quickly then.
I don't know how, but yes.
I'm just curious about a little bit about early Adam, just for a second.
Yeah.
You guys are curious about what made Adam Sandler like?
Thank
you know,
you.
whatever you want to. I do this sometimes with our guests. Just a favorite toy or a favorite bike or your first guitar. Mm-hmm. What do you have memories about any of those?
All of those. I had a
Okay, favorite toy.
Favorite toy was probably the fucking Evil Knievel.
Oh,
Pull the
yeah.
cord.
SSP.
Evil
Yeah,
Knievel,
SSP, making
I
a
had
jump.
that.
So you wind it up and pull it.
You'd
and it
create your own little jump. You'd put pillows and cardboard, and fucking Evil Knievel would fly off of that. That was fun. I would scratch my mother's tile. She would yell at me for that. What was the second one you said?
You're a bike. I had Stingrays were big when I was a
Stingray.
kid.
Yeah.
Did you have a bike that was a big chariot for you?
Mongoose. I had a mongoose.
A mongoose?
Had a monoshock. I used to do jumps. It was very daredevil-y of me.
I'd love
but
to see you doing jumps. That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah. Now his
I
neck
do a
would hurt
cross
me.
up, tabletop. Don't worry about it. But
Oh,
I also had the Evil Knievel. That Evil Knievel thing was really good on the commercials about jumps,
Yes.
and then in person, it's fucking impossible to make do
Ram
anything.
the wall
yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I just go over and fall. But when were you musical?
Can I tell him about my fucking bicycle?
No. You fucking
So
Hey, we're new to this.
he's gonna hear from me
What are you
right
moving
after.
on from my bicycle? You took over the whole bike thing.
No, I thought it was.
I had this
trying to
hurts.
bail you.
We're learning. We're learning tonight, which is great.
Dana, you're fantastic.
Thank you.
But
It's not true.
But David, no.
Yeah.
So I always wanted a Huffy. I wanted a Huffy like everybody else.
Now tell me about a Huffy, because that's
Huffy has like a longer
the
seat,
long seat. So it was like a Stingray.
like a Stingray. Stingray's got
It'd have a banana seat. They call
Banana
it.
seat,
So
right.
the friend could ride in the back.
yes. A Huffy I had more of a cushiony seat.
Yes.
It was like a banana, but a little thicker for like dirt riding, right? Like if you ride,
Was it sold at Sears? Was it from Sears?
Well, here's the problem with the Adam Sandler Huffy. So I said to my family I'd like a Huffy. Of course, I didn't get the Huffy. I got something else, a green bike. They took the seat off. My father bought a Huffy seat and put it on the bike. And I would go down to Webster School, my elementary school, and everyone's popping wheelies and on their Huffies. And I showed up with my Huffy seat and the green bike. And I was like, hey. And they were like, get the fuck out of here with that fake Huffy shit.
So, was that a budgetary thing or teaching a lesson for your dad?
There was a time when my dad, he didn't tell us he was so cool.
Yeah.
He didn't have a job for like a year and a half. And I remember he just kept it from us. I'd be like, Dad's always fucking home. This is incredible. But I would ask him. I'd still ask for shit. I'd be like, I saw this thing on TV. Let's go. Get me that.
Let's go.
And he was like, yeah, we'll get to that. And I was like, we'll get to that. What the fuck is happening?
Wow. So it was out of love when he did the Huffy seat.
But I think he had to kind of build that fake Huffy for me.
Were you a daredevil at all? Did you get hurt as a kid? Did you fall off things, break things? I mean,
I was definitely tougher as a kid. I was more fearless as a kid. Now, I was a good skier. I was a good skier.
in New Hampshire.
New Hampshire
Yeah.
skier, yeah. So
Yeah.
we skied all the time. You, Dana? You ski?
No, that was for rich people. We would have we'd have a little inner tube. We'd go to
Right.
snowball, just go down like that. But the big people up there could pay the money to go up the thing.
No, there was no money. We had Huffy skis. They were fake.
But in New Hampshire, your mountains were like 300 feet, right?
Two
We were
banana
up in Northern
seats.
California.
Yeah.
So how did you get hurt a lot? Did you just fall down?
I was pretty good. I used to do, back in the day, you did a helicopter. On the skis.
On the skis, you could
and
do
that was like a big deal.
Jesus.
Now it's fucking. I don't even think anyone does a helicopter anymore, right? That you look at. No, you never see these guys on TV pop out a helicopter. They're always doing those flips and shit.
Well, they could do anything they want. It's
unbelievable
insane
now. They're so
Olympics
cool.
now. It doesn't even make sense.
There was one guy in my hometown, Robitaille, his last name, Jay Robitaille. He used to do flips. He fucking was at this place, McIntyre. It was a little ski area in my hometown. They'd build a jump for this guy, and no one else could do it, but he would just come down, knock out a flip. Everybody like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, wait a
did a real
minute,
flip.
Adam, you go down and then you go up.
He leans forward.
And
He gets in the air. He leans forward, does a full flip.
Oh, a front flip?
Front flip.
Fuck.
But you would
That's
go
harder.
like a complete
I would do that.
360.
I could do it.
and then land your skis.
And then land. Yeah, it was cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was very good when I was like up to 15, and then I started getting scared,
Okay.
not being as cool.
So then when did the guitar come in? Like I got a drum set at
Yes.
14. When did you get a guitar?
Yeah, and you're great on drums. We had some good jams back
We
in
had
the-
some good jams
the
too.
best,
Yeah.
yes. My guitar happened, my dad had an acoustic.
Okay.
So he used to play, he'd always sing Mariah, the Away Out West, they got her, right? For wind and smoke and fire.
And they called they called the wind Mariah.
So thank you. You didn't know that one?
Do you guys know
I
that
did.
one?
I knew when to be quiet. You beat me down so much I didn't join in. Even though I have the voice of an angel.
So you got it. Well, we'll get David in on
Get in on the
one
rest.
here.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite entertainment that you saw in your formative years? I say 5 to 13. Like TV show or movie that fucking blew your mind,
Thing
or a
that
comedian.
rocked.
my fucking
Wild Wild West? No, you're too young.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like my favorite thing. I think the thing that knocked me out when I was I love movies. I loved all the comedies. Like I'm sure everybody up here, the Mel Brooks and all that stuff. Young Frankenstein and Silent Movie and
Blazing
Saddles and all that stuff got me. But I'll
Crazy.
tell you what really got me. I look back at it. I think I was in Florida, or Florida, as you would say, David. But I was in Florida. Florida. And,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
my parents took me to see Eddie Fisher. He sang.
Oh.
Eddie Fisher, and somebody went on before him. From Singing in the Rain, Donald O'Connor. Eddie Fisher, and they came out and did. Eddie Fisher closed the show. Donald O'Connor tap dance, and I was sitting with my parents going, "Holy shit! One guy, you go on stage, you can do that kind of thing." And I got kind of like wanted to get into that.
That's interesting. That sort of turned you on just to performing. Like they didn't know if you'd even like it, and then you really liked it.
I guess so. I mean, I don't think they were trying to talk me into it. They were just trying to have a nice night out in Florida. And then I was just kind of locked into, I used to sing a lot in the car. I used to sing a lot. My mother always said I sang good. My father would just stare like this.
What would you sing? You remember? Just songs off the radio?
Oh my God. It was a pain in the ass because I sang a lot of Johnny Mathis for my mother.
Oh, really?
She'd always sing Chances Are. And I'd be like,
me hear that.
chances are, cause I wear a silly grin. Whatever I did,
And
and it was fine, not great.
Chances are you will. I had the same. Used to see him.
The big vibrato. And
Yeah,
then
you had the pipes.
I sang Maria from West Side Story. I sang, this is when I was little, like 10. And but my mother always said I had a good voice, and my father was like, he's all right. And
Didn't your mom, who was such a cheerleader, that if Sinatra came on, she would say, "You're better"?
oh yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
Supportive mom.
Oh, you know what's funny? My mother, speaking of that, my uncle worked at a clothing company. And when I went to NYU, I was a stand-up. There you go. And I was a stand-up. I was making no money, like all of us. And my mother called my uncle and said, "Can Adam model for you?" And my uncle was like, "I'll talk to them." And she's like, "He really needs the work. Help him model." And I'm like, "Really? I'm a model?" She's like, "You're gorgeous." And and then my uncle,
your mom.
"You're wonderful." And then my uncle had to just go, "He's fucking looks terrible in a suit. He's not great. There's not a good angle on him."
You own a suit now, don't you?
What?
You own a suit now.
I actually, because of my daughter's bat mitzvah, I had to get the fucking suit dry cleaned this morning. I don't think it's going to fit either. I've been swelling up.
No.
What can you do?
All right, so
Go ahead, Dana. You had so many questions.
I know. Well, then you go to
He's the worst. That's your hero, Adam. He doesn't know anything.
Yeah, let's see.
We're kind of up in that area. Toy, bike. Now, I got to have a roadmap.
This is good, man. Wilt,
Stud boy.
the stud boy. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Wilt joke. Now, Chris Rock called that one of the best pure jokes ever written.
Thank you, Chris.
And that was
Yeah.
early stand-up.
Yeah. Yes.
I
That
mean,
was
David,
good.
you want to... Because
Let's hear
I'm
it.
just thinking of Adam grows up, he goes to NYU, and then he's
Yeah.
in New York, he's 17.
Yes.
Within 6 years, you're on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
So what happened in those 6 years, David?
Well, Adam was a great stand-up, had a very unique perspective, interesting delivery, good, memorable joke. It was more like one joke, one joke, right? Yeah, not really stories. It was kind of like that. And I wasn't even, we didn't have YouTube, all that shit, so I didn't know you till I actually physically saw you.
Yeah.
That was in the Valley. It was at the Improv
And
the
the
Valley
Valley
Improv.
Improv. We
You ever go to the
met.
Valley Improv, Dana?
Did you ever do that?
Oh,
Dana?
yeah, I did that when I was living in New York in 1981, doing a sitcom with Nathan Lane and Mickey Rooney.
Wow.
I worked one of the boys. You check it out. And with Scatman Carruthers as well. But you like, Jack Tarabuto told me once that he was your
he lived in
partner
my
for a long
dorm,
time, and he
yeah.
knew you back then. You would just do a bit. You'd go to a club, wouldn't quite work, and then you keep going and going. And you'd come back like a week later, and you had it killing. So you were very tenacious about it, right?
Yes. I don't know why. I was not. I was probably the same as you guys. You just, I don't know. I believed in it. I kept doing it. Found a way to kind of phrase it right.
Do it till it works. Or do you ever tape? I used to tape mine, and it was very excruciating to listen to your own voice. But you would think you killed, and it was really just one person laughing loud.
Yeah.
Or you'd think it was nothing, but then you said something you forgot in between the jokes that was good. So you'd sort of like piece it together and then try it again and tape it. And
Sure.
Yeah, I did the same thing you do, where you pulled out of a hat, but it was more sickening because I drove out from Arizona, and then they'd have at the Improv amateur night. And so I'd sit there, and they'd pull a name and read it, and you'd come up. So we're all waiting.
Yeah.
And every time they pull it, you get nervous, and it's not you. And I go, oh.
And then, you almost don't want it to be you sometimes. So you're like, good, they're not going to get to
Right,
me.
and then it was tough. And then by the end of the night, I'm like,
scared.
I don't even need it now. It was, and then it never worked that way. And I think it was rigged. I think they knew he was going up. They had friends of friends. But I finally got a few things. But then we wound up running to each other.
How did you do your first night?
How'd I do?
Yeah.
First night of stand-up?
Yeah.
That's a good question. When I started stand-up, I take the mic off.
Can I get you anything, Adam? No, it's actually.
I just remember
first time as a
we
good
were
story.
spoiled because when I got to Saturday Night Live, or I was in the Valley, and I was seeing comics. I was seeing guys like Drake Sather, who was great. I saw Adam was great. Schneider was funny.
Yeah, he
and
was great.
I was just wound up seeing guys that in a million years, how would we all get on SNL? It was so weird. that it would
was
happen
big.
that way.
When you came in, it was like a firestorm. But you guys really, you kind of like had 20 minutes, right? You weren't headlining on the road. You had a great 20.
Pretty
and then
good
SNL
20, yeah.
people saw you in the clubs.
That's right.
And they liked your writing. You got hired as a writer.
Yes. Dennis hooked me up. Dennis Miller.
So
Dennis Miller.
Dennis was the one who saw you. That's true.
Yeah, Dennis Miller saw me a few times at the Santa Monica Improv. And he waited in the back after. I think you guys knew each other already.
I knew he was my favorite comic back then.
You probably introduced us then.
Maybe, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he watched me and he said he liked some of my jokes and he was so nice to me and we loved him and we idolized him and he heard they were Lorne was looking at new people and he said, you should check out the Sandman and
Sandingo, yeah.
He gave you that moniker?
Yeah,
because Dennis he always has a name for somebody.
Yeah, right.
Christ's sakes, Sandman hitting it heavy down at the Prov in Santa Monica, okay? Tearing up the beach communities with his wilt-to-stilt humor. Okay? Sorry, I love being Dennis. I love being in that attitude. But thank you. So, what was do you remember your first bit that kind of became your rock? Like even if the set was not going well, you had one that started to work?
Yes, I had one that I said Vicks Vapor Rub. I used to say, remember Vicks Vapor Rub? When your mother would rub it on your chest.
Oh, yeah.
And my mother would be rubbing it on my chest, and then we make eye contact. And I was like, I thought we were just friends, Ma. That was like my.
That was a great one.
That was my big guarantee back then.
Did you ever say this one when you go? I remember that joke very well. I thought that was a great one. And he said, when I was, people say, if you could live your life over, would you change anything? You go, yeah. When I was walking when I fell down the stairs, I might have grabbed the rail next time.
Oh yeah,
was that something like that?
Yeah, that was it. Jeez, I forgot that.
I mean, there's obviously Wilt Chamberlain, but you had so many good jokes, and they were so different and odd. And then Dennis got you on.
Yeah, Dennis.
But it's good to be different. It's very hard to be different. And so when I auditioned that night, it was with Rock, Dana Gould, and three other good comedians. Where were you?
I was in Chicago. Flew to Chicago.
That's right. Rock was Chicago.
Rock did great. I did fine. Dana Gould destroyed.
Great
God
comic.
damn, that's what happened with me too.
He was incredible. So he should have got it.
He's
I don't
great.
know why. He wrote for he did a lot of great stuff. But somehow I got hired as a writer like David did. And then it would be David and Schneider, me, and who else was a writer? Anybody else? Just us three?
Because Farley and Rock got hired that year, and they were just straight.
They were on
feature or cast members. Yeah, everybody wrote for themselves. Like Dana wrote, but Dana was never credited as a writer.
If you got on as a main player, you never got a writer's credit for some reason. But
that's
whatever,
right.
it's just part of the deal.
That was good sneaky money, though. I didn't want to be a writer, but we didn't make much money. But you'd get kicked a rerun in perpetuity, and that was nice. Even though it was 2 cents, but it was nice to you get a stack of checks, and it's the host, so it's like 18 cents, Alec Baldwin, 18 cents, Tom Hanks, Glenn Close. So that was kind of fun to rack that up, the bricks.
You've invested wisely.
Yeah, invested wisely, and then but we didn't make a ton. I'm sure when you started, we didn't make shit.
I don't think we couldn't believe we were getting paid, right?
Yeah.
It was just
Who
a big
cares?
deal to get money.
Just maybe, like you net like maybe 20 grand for the whole season or something. Yeah, just live in a hovel. Yeah, it was really. But there I was with Phil, late great Phil, Jen Hooks, God bless him.
Yes.
And
Phil,
Mike Myers. And Lovitz, and the show was really cooking. And then you guys came off like the mothership in Close Encounters, Here comes Rock and Sandler. And I remember the first time I saw you in the office, you were just kind of sitting at the big table on 17th floor, Saturday Night Live. And I was doing pretty well on the show, But I liked you immediately. You just had this vibe about you that was really, really funny.
Well, that's amazing.
And likable, and that's a big part of the
you
DNA.
Sensed the love we all had. Dana was the king. Dana, I'll tell you, remember, it was almost like at a stand-up club. If Dana had a skit and your skit was going on after, you were just like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no, because
Oh,
Dana
if he
would
was
crush
on, yeah.
so hard.
You got to follow church lady or something.
Yeah,
Are you talking about read through or
read
on the
through.
show?
Anything.
Oh.
Read through was bad.
But on the air,
Yeah.
was the biggest explosion in the place. And then your skit would do fine, but in your weird comedy brain, you're just like, how the fuck do I get those Dana laughs?
Yeah.
That's-
Well, I had a lot of help. Make a talk show,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
have Phil Hartman and Jan Hooks come on
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah. That
Crazy
was-
things. But so you come on, you get on the show, you're like,
What's your first big? What was your first? You probably did Update first, right? Or did you write Racky Pete or something?
No, that was Al Franken wrote that.
Yeah.
Aren't you supposed to do the noise now? You do it. All right. But
I'd like to ask you a question.
yeah.
Uh-oh.
So, like in classic comedy. Sorry, David, you weren't finished. Sorry, you're gonna like this one because you didn't really lean on it much. But in the beginning, I remember in the classic comic sense of the idiot. So, like, there's Jerry Lewis is like the king, and then I remember you would do the hunched over guy, and he would do that sound. Where did that guy come from? Because that instantly made me laugh so hard because you were so committed.
I don't even know, man.
It's very musical.
It
Can you do more of
always
it?
felt good in a microphone. I don't even know if that ever got on the air. If I ever did that,
I just remember seeing that and really loving it, But
Yeah.
there's one character I want to break down, unless David has a question, because I'm sure.
Go ahead.
We're really close friends. The Opera Man, the evolution of Opera Man,
Man.
that then became the indestructible killer bit of all time. By the time you got it on the update desk, with the pictures, and you were mixing.
Great wig.
So,
Good wig,
Adam,
good
I'll let
look.
you fit, but talk about the origins of that and the way you did it, and then the way you ended up doing it. It evolved, right?
Gotcha. Yes, it
okay,
did.
go ahead.
Right. Yes.
That's my question.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a good question. And I remember you knew the guy. So there was a man on the street who used to sing opera on the street. He used to hold the can up, and you'd be walking down the street, and he'd kind of come at you and go, hey! And he'd sing really hot, and he'd charge you. And you'd be like, whoa! And you give him money.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's kind of where I first started doing it around
I
the
love
office.
that. I didn't know that. I met that guy today at McDonald's. He wasn't singing though. He's in between sets.
Adam, what would a guy like that be ordering, like at McDonald's? How would he
what
sound?
did he order? Yeah. Hey, barbecue sauce.
The thing that you can sound exactly opera is one more gift on SNL. If you can
Have a voice.
If they'd write a singing sketch, obviously Adam wrote a lot of his own, but if they'd write somewhere you sing, you can get in. If you can play an instrument, you can get in. There's so many things if you can do. Dance. So if you do, I didn't do a lot of those things, which was kind of a drag, but Adam can sing so well and actually write songs that are catchy, because a lot of those things you don't update were actually really catchy on top of just being funny. And so that combo is big. And that Opera Man was a fucking cruncher. That always
That
killed.
was a gift from
Didn't
the
you
Turners.
do it off on the stage next update initially?
Yeah, no. First time I did it, it was just gibberish. It was like it was a
Subtitles.
theater thing, and I think maybe you, or was it Phil?
That's what I remember. I don't know
It
if
was
I
like
remember this
maybe
right.
maybe you.
But
You
I
were
was
like,
in my office. And
Yes, that's
Adam,
it, that's
Adam
it.
used to go around the office on all fours. So then I hear a little knock, and I'm in my office. So I open it up, and you're on all fours. You go, oh, and then you were asking me to do something, introduce Opera Man,
you
right?
were the man.
So I did
That's
remember
right.
that. So
you were like a theater guy who would say,
Yeah.
"Tonight, the Opera Man."
Yeah.
Something like goes from the emotion of, like trying
Yes.
to catch the bus. But unfortunately, he misses the bus. But then he sees his mother, is behind the bus and picks him up. Let's watch the Opera Man.
Okay.
Or something
That
like
was
that.
how it's
And
happening.
I'd
Yes.
walk. I'd be like, and then I'd see my mother be, something like that. And that was it. And it did good. It did good at the
It did
table.
good.
You know, Sandler, it's good if you, a trick on SNL is if Adam was probably slightly newer then, But if you anchor it with Dana, who they love, and then he brings you on, then they go, hey, Dana seems to like it. And then they start to like the new guy. It helps help. When you're new, it helps.
No, it was Dana's the best at it, so that's what it was. But anyways, it did fine. It was up at the table. It did well. Everybody, remember, after a while, they started liking us at the table. When David and I first were on SNL, and at the table, and we try to get on, and we do full skits for ourselves, everybody else was kind of like, calm down.
That's enough, guys. Yeah, that's enough.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. Yeah.
Right. But then by this time, they were like, all right, give him a shot. And then we did that, and it didn't do great, so Lauren didn't put it on. But then the Turners, out of nowhere, Bonnie and Terry Turner.
Great writers. They wrote for the show for 8-9 years.
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World.
You and Mike.
Yeah,
they wrote the first Tommy Boy draft, too.
What's that?
They wrote the first draft of Tommy Boy.
They wrote, that's right. Tommy Boy, that's right.
They were monsters. I don't even know why we don't talk about them more. They had some huge sketches.
You guys should have them on this show.
I'd love it.
We'd love to.
Yeah, they're great.
Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Terry. In case
Hello,
they're
guys.
listening to this when it's released.
But they wrote what? What we said?
And Lindsay, their daughter.
Their daughter, Lindsay.
Yes. But anyways, they wrote this thing, and they talked to me. I was in my office. They were like, so remember that Opera Man thing you did? We came up with an idea for the news, and they showed it to me, and I was just so dumb and young and whatever I was, and I was like, yeah, I guess. I guess we could try it that way.
It was Opera Man on the news, that you said?
Opera Man on the news, showing current events, and then me singing about them, and blah, blah, blah. And I didn't really... I was like, no, Opera Man speaks gibberish, and that doesn't make any sense.
You don't understand Opera Man.
So then it became a divorce. So how would it, you would do current events with like Trumpo. And,
yeah, exactly.
And it just crushed.
That was all those guys wrote it. I got to be it. They would give me the melodies, and Cheryl would write it.
Cheryl Hardwick,
And they would just give me all the goods, and I mean, it was the greatest gift ever.
That was a home run.
Got to wear the
Did you do it with Eddie Vedder or not? You sing like Eddie Vedder once? You go,
I sang like Eddie Vedder.
Was it as Opera Man or was it something else?
Opera Man singing about Pearl Jam, yeah. And then, And remember when, I think they were even on the show, Pearl Jam, that night.
Oh, that's right.
But
so
anyways,
what would he say? A Vedder? Or what do you?
He ran.
I mean, you got the pipes, kid. You
were going, hey, I'm saying those songs out of made of concrete.
Yeah.
But you sound exactly like him.
I can't do it now. I know Eddie Vedder.
It's a certain thing he does.
He's got a thicker, lower voice than
his voice is unreal.
It's a juicy voice.
We share an office, me and Farley, and then you walk through our office to get to Adam and Chris Rock. So when the door was closed, I'd hear, oh, ho, ho, hey. And I'm like, oh my God, he's got a killer cooking in there.
Oh, yeah.
It's in the oven.
We all got excited when we landed on a good impression. But I did one with Lovitz. An Opera Man with Lovitz.
Yes.
That was a great one. He can sing great.
And that was a perfect, only other guy who could do it besides you, because he's got pipes and he's just a funny, so that was a killer.
That was amazing.
He played your brother or something?
It was Glenn Close and Lovitz, and maybe they were my parents. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I remember they came on and sang with me.
Only on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. That's right.
Can we? I could go anywhere. It's so much fun.
I wanted to ask about when he does bits when you get to bring in one of the musical stars. I think McCartney did Red Hooded Sweatshirt with you.
Oh, that was the great.
God damn!
I'm
Farley
so
did something
jealous.
with him. You did something with him.
Yeah, I left
McCartney,
just right before McCartney hosted.
You weren't there then?
I missed it. I was a fool. He was upset, because we'd met at 86 at Lauren's house. He called me up. I don't know why you didn't stick around then, We could have had a plonker. We'd be plucking, looking at each other. I go, who is this? Nobody important. No.
He's crank
I missed that, but you got to do a thing. What did you do with Paul McCartney?
It was Red Hooded Sweatshirt. I wrote it with Ian Maxtone Graham and I forget who else, somebody else, and we had dip, I had dip and
dip,
shamalama ding dong and stuff like that. I say it, and then as it progressed, Kevin Nealon did it with me, and then I said, let's call out Paul and Linda, and Paul and Linda McCartney. We wrote it for him, and then Lorne said, I said, will they do it? He goes, well, you have to talk to them and So I went to Lauren's office. They were eating, I think.
They were on the show, or they were just visiting?
They were. Paul was the guest.
Okay.
And Linda was with him.
You walk in and you have to convince them.
I just had to come in with the dopey guitar and be like, hi, my heart's pounding through my chest.
Did you crawl in or did you walk?
I don't know. I was skip. That was when you were going to pitch it. Remember, you'd skip across. No, I'm making that up. Sorry. Go ahead. So you walk in there. I mean,
Lauren's eating Chun-Li Chinese,
I love it.
And Paul and Linda there. And Linda's amazingly nice, and Paul's amazingly nice. And I sing them the little thing, and they laughed. And then I left, and then I was like, I don't know if that worked or not. But then they said yes, and they. Forever, I got that. I sang with them, hung out with them after the show, hung out. Stella was there. Remember, Stella was a kid. She came to the show.
Stella McCartney, the fashion designer.
Yes, and she was such a nice kid. She was like our age then, you know, like whatever we were. And
let's keep the numbers out of it.
I saw him discipline his kids on Long Island. Went over to his house and. You know, I think James had a little toy sword, a plastic sword. He dropped it down on his sister, and Paul goes, "You do that one more time, we're gonna have a problem." So, it's funny to see him as a dad. Yeah, see him as a dad. So,
I remember
we'll love him.
Some comic said he had $1 billion. He was the first one with $1 billion, and they go, you know, if he lost his wallet in a cab and there was $500 million in it, he'd still have $500 million. That was some comic joke. But do you remember when Farley's brothers came to the show when McCartney was on, that stupid story where Paul looked the same as Paul McCartney growing up, but he had a little bit of gray hair. And so Farley's brothers were standing there with red cups. There was no security. So the music comes out of their dressing room, walks by the 8H page desk, you know that, and they walk right into the show. And they go, Paul McCartney, 1 minute till you're on live. And so you see he comes out with a bodyguard on the front and back, and he walks out with his guitar, and it's fucking Paul McCartney. I'm there with Farley's idiot brothers, and they're all drunk. And he comes around, and they go, and one of them goes, "Hey, Paul." And he looks over and he goes, "Getting a little gray." And he goes, and then
I remember that, man.
He walks out, and I go, "Are you an idiot?" He goes, "He looked." And then he goes on the monitor, and they're like 15 seconds, and he looks in the monitor, and he goes like this. He got in his head right before he went out.
Oh, no.
And you know, he's like, and then, anyway. So I will say one of my proudest moments, because sometimes Adam and I would try to write together, or we would all try to think of excuses to all be in the same sketch or whatever.
Yes.
And the one I like the best is the Gap Girls when we were in the...
That was all David.
In the mall, and then Farley says, "Lay off me, I'm starving." That is one of the funnest ones we ever did.
Yeah, man.
And Schneider was in it, and Sarah Gilbert was a host.
Oh, yeah.
And we were all, that was just the fun for me, because we would all just rehearse. So, you know, you write it, if it gets in, you laugh at read through, you laugh, you know, when we talk about who plays what parts and what we say, and then
you really wrote all that stuff, though.
I know, but then everyone adds jokes, whatever you want, and then we got to do it on. So you have to rehearse all week or once or twice.
You get to be together.
That's a good reason to hang out, is to rehearse.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Does everyone know about the Gap Girls? Because there's a young audience. Okay. Because there's some younger people here.
It was just a sketch where we all worked at the Gap. We played girls, and it was infuriating to
And
everyone.
how did you talk?
Whatever.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh my
We're
God,
like,
that's so
weren't you at the
yeah.
folding meeting? Yeah. And I went to the Gap and studied it, and they showed how they put a clipboard in the sweaters and pulled them out and folded them out.
Oh, yeah.
Mesmerized. And then they would actually, this is when you feel kind of like a big deal, because if you get a sketch on and you're just some doofus from Arizona, and it's like a dumb sketch about the Gap, and then when they bring the sketches written and it's put up on its feet, they talked to the Gap and brought a whole section of the Gap over. So they had a security guard, because it would cost so much. It was real pants, real sweaters, and it was just a chunk of the Gap they moved in, and the Gap liked it because it was free advertising. Yeah. Even though we made them all look like morons. But it was still really fun. And then we all hung out there and would practice in there, rehearse, whatever it's called. And it was great. So we did a couple of those. We did Gapperty, where it was Jeopardy. It was just a fun way for me, you, and Farley to be in sketches. Yeah. And that was
What was
really,
our names again?
Say it again?
What was our names on the Gap?
Christy.
Lucy.
He was Cindy, and you might have been Lucy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And does anyone know?
Something like that.
Do you remember the one that, because a lot of times you don't really get to rock and roll with somebody in a sketch. So you and I had a crazy sketch. When I came back to guest host.
Dogs?
No.
Will you play drums? What?
Pepperboy.
Oh, well, that was the
let's
best.
talk about Pepperboy.
So
Yeah.
that
That was incredible.
That was like, you and I were peaking on the air show. Chris Farley was, Tim Meadows was.
Yes. Farley crossed his eyes.
Let's talk about that for a second. That was Steve Coren started.
That's right.
Wrote it. So it's just too. I was kind of he was my protege. I was the mentor. I was obsessed with how to do the pepper.
The huge pepper mill.
And Adam was kind of the
young
underling and
Yes.
really eager. And I'll just set it up for a second. It did well in read through.
Yeah.
Pretty well in rehearsal. Dress show, pretty good.
Yeah.
Then Steve Coren comes to me and tells me something you want to do.
What was
Between shows.
Was it the?
So at one point I was gonna. You were going crazy. You were so nervous. Remember, I slapped you.
Yeah.
Comedy. It's always threes. And then I headbutt you, right?
Yeah, with the sound effects.
So between dress and air, Steve Coren, the writer, comes in and says, Adam's going to put the pepper shaker between his legs. So you're going to do this.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then we timed it great, but we really peaked on air.
Yeah, that was amazing. That doesn't happen every time.
We committed so hard. I mean, because Tim Meadows was sitting there and I was doing the
man.
pepper. You like a pepper, huh?
Oh,
I mean, it became way, I don't know if it was sexual or something, but we were just on another level.
I'd say once 2 weeks, if I'm in a restaurant, a guy with the pepper thing will be like, fresh pepper? And I'm like, all right.
Yeah. And do you remember what happened? Like, Farley was always the best at breaking people because he could be explosively funny. Do you remember his line and what he did on the air?
I know what it is too.
Yeah.
We flew in from Tommy Boy.
Yes.
For just the show, and then we had to fly back.
Oh.
And he goes, I have a line in Pepper Boy. And didn't he have a big beard?
He had a
Yeah,
big
he looked
beard.
ridiculous. He really hammed it up.
His line was, why thank you, Pepper Boy,
Why,
right?
thank you. He
This
said, I'm
is-
going to make you laugh. He goes, Etsy, I'm going to make you laugh out there.
I think he
said-
He taunted you and said,
before it started, he goes, Etsy, I'm going to make you laugh out there. And I go, all right. And then,
I think he leans back and goes, why, thank you, Pepper Boy.
I've never seen a human being transform like that.
I think he
he
said
had like
that's the
12 chins and
Perfect amount of pepper. But huge beard for no reason. And big,
But he
and
saved
screamed
it for the air show.
he did,
Yeah.
yes. He crossed his eyes, too. If I
Adam
remember.
starts to turn purple. That's the stage. I'm over here. Adam's turning toward me and trying not to go.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
sketch had gone so well that I stayed in character.
Yeah,
but
you
I
was
said,
sturdy.
don't break. Do you remember? Do you remember that?
Of course. That's funny, man.
Don't
Yeah, you
break.
were the pro. You were the pro.
The
We
funny
were
thing is,
goofy.
as Farley wasn't even supposed to say it that loud, it made no sense. He's supposed to go, why, thank you, Pepper Boy. But he goes,
Right.
why, thank you.
Oh, yeah. He lost his marbles.
Yeah,
there,
well, that's his mind.
But that was an electric sketch for a restaurant sketch.
And then Il Cantonori when we did that
well, you
one.
guys wrote Il Cantori,
That
and
was,
that also
was major.
was explosive.
But you would take the reins, murder.
Yeah.
Then we'd have a little thing to do when we were like, let's jump on the Dana fucking thunderstorm.
Yeah.
well, I don't know quite if you guys killed too. You and Schneider
we
came
did,
in.
we
you're
did good, but you got them all ready.
That was an Italian restaurant where all the waiters are too sexual with Cristiali and all the women that come in, they're like, oh, bellissima.
Bellissima.
Yeah.
I start licking Cristiali's face. I'm supposed to lick her face really hard. I remember in rehearsal, I go, is this okay? And she goes, oh yeah, go for it. Whatever you want to do. Bellissima, I like it. Oh, you like it? But you guys were just,
Crusher.
You and
Crusher.
Schneider came in with,
Yes.
Schneider had no clothes on or something. What was
I
it?
had no clothes on. That was I was the guy back then. I could take my fucking shirt off and feel okay. Now there's a reason the sweatshirt's on at all times.
He has another shirt in case that somehow falls off. you know what's another crusher was Lunch Ladyland, and a great song. I called Sandler about a year ago. I go,
Yeah.
Yes.
it's on my iPod, and it came in, and I
Really?
go, this is a good song when he goes, Sloppy Joe, Sloppy Joe, yeah.
That
I go, the way you write it, and it's actually funny, and then you do a sketch, and it's funny, and then you hear it again, you go, that's actually a good song. Like you can It's always catchy songs that stick
I sang that on my album before I sang it on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, yeah? Oh, you did it first on the album?
I did it first on the album, and Farley was at the taping of my album. And so when I'm singing on the album, Slobby Joe, I think I'm in Santa Barbara. I don't remember where I was. Just a cool club. I'm sorry I forgot the name of it, but it was a club. We were recording. Farley was in the crowd going nuts. And then his crazy voice is so, when I'm going, Slobby Joe, Slobby Joe, you hear Farley going, Slobby Joe, like, and he never even heard the song before. He just kind of said, all right, he's going to say Sloppy Joe.
Wow.
Did it.
Yeah, that was a crusher.
Was that on They're Gonna Laugh at You, which was
They're all gonna laugh at you.
2 times platinum.
That was a biggie.
You're the last guy to really sell comedy albums, I think.
I don't know if there's been some after, but with that back in the day, that was, you were on it.
Yeah.
Everybody was.
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
The buddies.
We did buddy, dude.
Yeah.
Homie. Yeah, that was a great one.
What the Hell Happened to You was another one.
Yes. Thank you.
That was where your real acidy humor came out on those albums.
That was where I got to curse a lot for the first time, and David cursed with me, and we all we were so excited. It was like being on Saturday Night Live.
I just thought it was like jazz. I mean, the one about the announcer with the champion. You say the word
champion.
It's a golf announcer.
Yeah,
you do it.
Yeah,
you say the word champion like 500 times. Go
It's
ahead.
about a golfer who has like a 9-stroke lead, and he's on the last hole, and he keeps missing putts.
And you're the announcer.
I'm the announcer going, the champion is feeling it today, and he's about to set the course record, and the champion. And then he putts it, and you hear the crowd go, oh, and the champion laughs that off. 8-stroke lead now, all that kind of shit. And then it gets more and more
just insane.
Closer to being like choking. And he's like, well, he's up 3 strokes. Hopefully he can put this one in. And then it's Blake Clark is doing the voice of the champ, and he's going, God fucking damn it. Anyways.
Those albums were good because like they lay into the crowd of college kids in the summer, and then you come back and you're even bigger on SNL because they're like playing them over and over.
The albums were
over.
the biggest deal besides Saturday Night Live because, like you said, I would go out on tour. The kids who were coming to see me knew the albums, so they knew some of the songs, they knew some of the characters, and that definitely relaxed me on stage.
Yeah.
All of us, we used to have fun.
Well, let's just say, because you've given me a lot of props, that by the time you're after about 2 years in on SNL, you really were just like top notch. I mean, you were crushing consistently on that show, and the audience was falling in love with you because. You know, when you'd sing Hanukkah song, when you would do your guitar or Thanksgiving song.
Right.
First of all, you're a really good acoustic player.
Not bad.
And you can hold a great melody, and then it's so silly and funny, and also watching you enjoy it. Not breaking, but just the light in your eyes.
Right.
It's so infectious.
It was exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I remember that. I remember singing that at the table, the turkey song, the Thanksgiving song for like Smigel and a couple other writers at the table going, singing it to them. And if they laughed, I was like, oh, fuck, okay, they think it's
You're
funny.
onto something, yeah.
It was a big deal. If those guys, the great writers on the show, when they would smile at what your idea was, like Jim Downey, if he said something was good, you would just even if it didn't get on, you were like, all right, I'm funny now.
Yeah, we had the A-team there. It was Smigel, genius, Downey, brilliant. We had some incredible writers helping us.
When was your
our
first
dreams.
movie? That was when we did the summer we did Tommy Boy. You did Billy Madison, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the next summer, Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
And those movies kept making it more than the other ones. They give you another one, and then it was Wedding Singer.
Wedding Singer. And then Waterboy. I think that was where it was the mic drop. At that point, you were a movie star.
It was too big.
When you do you did, of course, Billy Madison, but you do Happy Gilmore, The Wedding Singer, and Waterboy within like 24 months or something.
Then Big Daddy. Another mega monster.
Do you have too many? I can't even.
When Waterboy came out, I was hosting, and you were there that weekend, and we were going to do a bit in the monologue, and then you had to fly back. Waterboy was such a fucking. They told you how much it made, and everyone was like, "What the fuck?" And then you you had to get back, and I changed my monologue, and I just did stand-up. I wasn't doing stand-up in monologue.
You're kidding me. I was supposed to go out with you?
Well, we were going to do audience member, when you go,
man.
yes, can I do it? And you're going to ruin my monologue with questions. And then they go, Lauren goes, well, you said you had to go. And I go, all right, well, what do I do? And he goes, stand up.
Oh, really?
Aren't you a stand-up? I go, well, I fucking never do it anymore. I go, tonight? So he goes, just throw some things together. I go, so you can't go practice or run to Catch a Rising Star. So I put some together, but it's so fucking terrifying to do a monologue anyway. And then cordless mic.
Hosting's hard.
And then everyone's like,
Well, that is the worst when you're doing stand-up and you're about to go out and you look for the mic and then the guy makes the decision for you. You're like, don't use a hand mic, use this. And then you go, and you don't have a fucking mic in your hand. You're like, holy shit, what do I do with both my hands?
I go like this, hey. You
I know, we're not used to it. You know?
Or a mic stand. I lean on a mic stand. Sometimes it's not there.
Oh, yeah, looking for a mic stand to lean on,
It's just like drowning,
Yeah, when you first start to stand up, you just hold the mic like this.
Oh, God, you're choking it, yeah.
Did you go with Bill, I'm sorry.
I remember shooting Billy
Madison,
and you guys were shooting Tommy Boy and hanging out up in Toronto together.
we were in the same place because we came over there, and that was the night when remember when you did that thing called, there was like a crime scene joke with everybody where they go in a room and you go walk in and it's a crime scene.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, but Adam's movie was called Billy Madison. Our movie was called Billy the Third.
Yeah, it was Billy the Third.
And so we changed it, and we just didn't we didn't know what to call it. Of all things, we both have the same lead as the same name. Yeah. So we eventually changed ours because the name of the movie was Billy the Third.
But fucking hanging out in Toronto with you and Farley.
That was great.
We had a couple weeks together. It was unbelievable.
Nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And then, so then you do all those movies that seem to work out.
You did
for
some movies. By the way, my wife and I watched, Hustle last night.
What'd you see?
Hustle.
You saw Hustle?
Loved it.
I
think it's a great movie.
We got to talk about Hustle is a movie he's got coming out.
I got a new movie, yes.
It's on Netflix, and it's kind of like Hoosiers meets Rocky meets Moneyball.
Yes.
And you're 100%. Great in it.
Thank you,
really great.
Thank you.
It's just a really it really works as a movie. I got teary eyed.
Yeah, man. That's so great, Dana.
Well, I don't know how much we can give away. Adam's a basketball
sports agent.
Yeah.
Oh,
you were?
Coach.
I didn't see it all. Adam works at Magic Mountain.
I watched it twice.
I saw a different movie. No, Adam's you're a scout. Yeah, he's a scout, and then he's wants to be a coach.
I discover a guy in Spain. I want to be a coach. I can't get on the staff, and I've been working for the Sixers for many years, and I find out, you like the Sixers? I'm nervous about Joel there. I hope everything's...
I'm nervous,
That is a good team, though. But anyways, I discover a guy in Spain, Juancho Hernan Gomez. He's just he's an NBA player who never acted a day in his life.
Yeah.
And he's so fucking good. It's
he's
crazy.
so
he was
great. You really
in it.
believe he's just from this little village and really just has nothing going on. Beautiful jump shot. I knew it wasn't CGI.
Yeah, you knew it was
like an
a real
amazing.
player.
Yeah. All you think is how many times you got to do every scene he makes, every basket, and you go, is he making all these fucking baskets? Because I've been on sets where they're like, going again. I'm like, make it. Let's get the fuck out of here. But it's very hard to do that in all those scenes where it's pivotal. He has to make it in a crowd with a crowd behind him. And you got all these NBA players in it. It's very real.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Heidi Gardner. Is it Heidi Gardner?
Heidi's in it.
Oh, yeah. He's got an
Heidi
SNL,
Garner's in it.
That's right.
Member.
Yeah. Heidi Gardner.
She plays Robert
She did a nice
daughter,
job.
who Robert Duvall owns in the movie, owns the Sixers.
Yeah.
And he has Ben Foster's his son and Heidi Gardner's his daughter, and they all work for the organization. And Heidi's excellent in it.
Yeah, and she's great in it. And Duvall must have been huge to be in the same movie.
That was amazing, hanging out with Duvall.
Must have been. What
she
was
shot
that
the shit with Robert Duvall we were together 3-4 days. Did all our scenes together. We talked and sat. I sat in he has a Rolls Royce in the movie. I fucking sat in the back of a Rolls Royce. Just talked about The Godfather. Talked about
in
everything.
between setups.
It wasn't like he just was cool. He was just talking about everything, and he's 90-something years old, and he was just a sweetheart, and he was great stories about James Caan, and he just fucking knows everybody.
See, that would just you're a fly on the wall at that point.
Yeah,
And he's
100%.
talking about The Godfather.
You're talking about The Godfather, just saying the
You
first
try not
names.
to ask him about it. You're like, what other movies you liked? And he's like,
Sonny, the protection squad, Sonny, they're gonna help us. You always had that money.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Yeah, that
you
was a big
also
one.
he
Gonna do
gives this,
Brando.
I think because the movie, I don't want to give anything away, but it kind of goes roller coastery. But you have to get on the phone, and it was like very like great acting, solid scene where I was like, oh my god, that must have been hard to do, but very, like a tearjerker. There's a couple of scenes like that in there that are really get you into the movie. And that guy was the basketball player was great. Actually, remember I ran into you.
Yeah, we played golf with
yeah.
Juancho.
And you were with him, and
Yeah.
you go, yeah, this guy's in the movie. And then he was super cool then.
He's 6'9".
Yeah.
He's from Spain. Him and his brother are both in the NBA. He plays for the Spanish national team. He's on the Utah Jazz now, and he just did it as a fucking joke because of the pandemic. They were like going around saying, we're looking for a basketball player. Adam Sandler's got some movie LeBron James is producing, and his sister said, why don't you do it just for fun? And he did it. He auditioned. We were like, geez, that guy's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
So
who is
good
that?
in it. It's amazing
And
that
he
he's a
he
stud.
did these scenes, like when you have to do a real crying scene in a movie or something like that. I don't know about you. You cry a lot. I've seen that, but in real life, I don't cry that much. But on a movie
every
set,
day at 10 a.m.
when you have to cry in a scene, you're just like, oh my god, how the fuck is that going to happen? And whatever, you work hard. This Juancho did like 10 setups of different angles, blah blah blah, and he was just bawling, crying, and saying his lines perfect. I'm like this, and he's a handsome fucking
Yeah, he's
guy.
a good looking dude. I was trying not to say that, but he is.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Handsome.
so good looking. He can cry. He's
He
got
cries.
everything.
Actually-
he's got it all. It's game over. It's
6'9", crying, handsome
I
motherfucker.
I know.
6'10" and a half, actually. Sobs like a baby every day.
I started getting
Sized
angry.
13 feet.
Dana, I will give you guys a tip. If you're ever in a movie and you have to cry and it's hard to,
Yeah.
you fake it and then you go like this.
You get glassy.
That was
up.
the end of
And
Tommy
they go,
Boy.
"Oh, he's obviously crying. That's good.
It does work. The
It's
only
called
problem,
great acting.
But Adam, I'm going to ask you a
Look into
question.
Yes.
Do you feel like, because you had Uncut Gems, that was pretty good, right?
Yes. Thank you, Dana.
So then I saw that, and then I see this one. It seems like you're I don't know, and the murder mystery movie. I mean, you're on a roll. I mean, are you feeling like you're more
Continuous
comfortable
roll since high
acting
school.
now? Are you changing up stuff because you seem to be at this other level, or is it just from doing it so much?
I think I'm getting older, more opportunities. Guys like the Safdie brothers.
Yes.
The Safdie brothers, who your brother, he kind of worked with them as
Help them get going,
help them get
They're
going.
great friends with Andy, and I met them, 12 years ago. They were talking about Uncut Gems then.
They
Uncut
were
Gems.
trying to get that going. Yeah.
I was sort of the muse for Justin because I met him 12 years ago. Uncut Gems. But those guys are super cool, very good.
They're
They
great.
did. I think they did a Kate Spade commercial that Andy
Is that
wrote.
how you guys met?
Yeah, and I think Andy wrote an idea and they did it, and then it somehow went to the Cannes Film Festival, and then they did a movie called I think Daddy Longlegs after that.
Yeah,
maybe.
an incredible
And then
movie.
they just kept getting. They were just better and better and better, and
Yes.
did yours, and maybe one day you'll do another one with them. They're
Yes,
fucking great
gonna
guys.
make another one. They're writing another one right now. But I lucked out. I'm getting to do all this great stuff. Noah Baumbach, PTA.
Yeah.
They all hooked me up. They all wrote great stuff. They asked me to be in it. Jim Brooks.
Paul
all
Thomas.
these-
Goddamn.
I
Yeah,
lucked
some-
out. Yeah, Paul Thomas.
And then you
Anderson.
just get more relaxed over time, right?
You get
Or more in the pocket. Or,
You get. I guess I'm getting. I just did a movie with Johan Renck, and he did Chernobyl. He did the series
the
Chernobyl.
series, brilliant.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
incredible. And I played an astronaut in it, and the guy is fucking crazy in the movie and going through a lot of pain. And I went, yeah, just fucking do it and go and try your hardest. So that's all I do. I try my best, and the ones that don't work, they go, all right, we got to cut around that. But but I try to get as good as I can, and they make it work.
Is it ever scary? Because these guys do great movies or great TV show, and PTA obviously one of the best.
Paul Thomas Anderson,
one of the best ever.
Yes.
And then,
But
you know PTA a little bit. But if you get lucky enough, you're paired up with some great director, and usually on sets like Grown Ups, those kind of movies, you have more of a say.
Yeah.
But if you have to kind of keep quiet somewhat, not totally, but and trust them. And do you ever get a feeling where you're like, I don't even know if this guy knows what the fuck's going on? I mean, that must be scary.
These guys,
because they're so good, but you go, it's going to work. They know what they're doing. That must be hard.
You just go. You just give yourself to them because you know they're great, and you read the script, and you just don't want to let them down, and you jump in their world, and it is neat. It's neat. Not. I always feel more comfortable doing comedy. I'm always more at ease going, all right, we're going to go make a movie and have a great time and try to come up with the best jokes and make everybody laugh. Yeah. Love that. I'll love that the rest of my life, just like you guys. We're addicted to that. But the other stuff I'm getting to do, it's awesome. I know you both would crush at that also. It's just different. It's fun. Yeah. It's a different day in the trailer. You don't go, what the fuck? Let me come up with a joke. You're kind of sitting there going, oh, I got to get in this mood right now.
Well, the jokes are kind of crutchy because you know how to do it. And if you have a scene that's not working, you go, I think we can figure a way out of this if we think of a joke or way out, which is what you do a lot on a comedy. But in these, you're like, this is just connecting. It's part of connecting the dots of the bigger picture. So not a lot has to happen right here, and it's hard to trust that.
That's true.
Just do what it is. They'll figure. I mean, sometimes they add music or something, and you go, "Oh, I see what they did. It's perfect."
Yeah,
but
that's true.
You don't know when you're doing it,
and then when you're doing it and it's not right, those guys tell you, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa," and you go, "Oh," and you feel stupid for a second. You go, "Oh, I was giving you a little extra," and they're like, "Calm down,
juice it up a bit there."
You're making it real good for the people, and they go, "No,
yeah." Believe me, they want to see.
Those are the brothers, right?
The Safdie brothers, they're brothers, and
Uncut Gems.
Ronnie.
Dana, what else do you have for Adam? We got to take a few questions.
I don't know. I do think it's kind of cool that you did. There's so many movies, obviously. We talked to Drew Barrymore about 50 First
I heard
Dates.
That was
very sweet.
Yeah. Drew was great. Drew gave you answers that were incredible every time. Doesn't Drew automatically take even a half a question and she fucking goes?
And she poetically does a 7-minute answer.
It's unbelievable. Beginning, middle, and end of every story.
She goes, I'm going to guess your next 3 questions, and here's the answers. When I went to SNL, we were like, okay, made it easier.
That was amazing, her talking about being a little kid on SNL.
Oh, I know. Yeah, at age 7.
By the way, I've listened to, I think, every episode of your show.
You have?
Man. I fucking love this show. It's the best.
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm so happy for both of you. It's the greatest.
Well, it's fun to do because, we don't get to hang out with our friends that much. So this is our chance to, the other one I wanted to ask you, did anger management, so you got to work with Jack Nicholson.
Yes. Unreal.
And really got to know him.
Yes.
And you told a funny story about peanut butter, just hanging out at his house.
Oh, yeah. That's right, man. My first day over, Nicholson's, I got there and he keeps the house dim. And so I'm sitting in this chair and Jack's sitting in this chair. We're facing each other about 5 feet away from each other and we're talking and shit. And I'm going, it's dark enough that I'm going in my head, I don't think this is Jack Nicholson. I think like they brought out a fake one to talk to me and see if I'm okay to talk to the real one. Yeah. So I'm just going like this. And he's like talking quietly. And it doesn't sound like the impression everybody does, or whatever. Hey, man, let me tell you something. It's not like that. It's kind of like, yeah, man, it's kind of quiet and cool and was saying, man, I don't know. He just has a cooler voice, but I was not really believing it was him. And then I do like an hour of that. And then at the end of it, he goes, you hungry or something like that? I said, yeah, I could eat. He goes, you want a sandwich? And I said, yeah, that sounds great, man. And he's like, PB&J. And I go, that's fucking great. And then he gets up and walks away. And then he turns around, he looks at me, and he goes, Skippy or Jiff?
That sounds like.
I thought also that you went outside for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
And you were outside. He came out and he held up the jars.
Oh, that's what it was.
Said Skippy or Jeff.
That's right,
Such
man.
a funny image.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
I remember your stories because
Yeah,
that was
you're
a very
better than me,
potent-
man.
I ran into him with Lauren, of course, with Lauren, and we had dinner, and he goes,
Jack.
and he's come. There's an empty seat. You know, is this stupid?
No.
Okay, so Lauren goes, we're gonna have some spaghetti, and I was with Rosie. She's over there. I was over here. And
Tortellini.
There's an empty seat, and Lauren sits here. So there's an empty seat, and Jack sits next to Rosie, and he starts talking. And then he goes, "One time, I went to the MTV Awards or something, He goes, I ran out, and it was so dark. I got in the wrong limo, and I sat down, and everyone just stared at me, and it was Nirvana. And he goes, we're just, and we're in the wrong limo. I go, uh-oh. And then she goes, did they not know who you were? And he goes, well, that's never happened. Someone didn't know who he was.
Could I tell a quick Nicholson one?
Yeah.
Related to SNL. So Phil Hartman and John Lovitz and I are playing the Par 3 in Studio City. So
Whitsit.
yeah, Winston. So we're on the green. We wave the guy on, and he shoots it out of bounds, and he walks over. We realize it's Nicholson.
Right.
You know, so he walks up, and Phil Hartman had dubbed his voice in the movie The Border because they couldn't get a hold of Nicholson. And Phil's very respectful, and he goes, "Mr. Nicholson, I dubbed your voice in the movie The Border." One beat, and he goes, "No wonder it was my only stinker."
That's a good one, yeah.
As a joke.
Staker.
All right, let's take some questions real quick. We'll get Adam out of here.
By the way, just so you know, before Nicholson did anger management, he called Lauren. He called Lauren to see if it was. He had Lauren read the script.
Oh, really?
He goes, "I just got to make sure."
See if it was funny or something?
Yeah, he goes, "I like
really?
it. It makes me laugh, and let me just let
that's
Lauren."
cool.
He goes, "He is the man." And Lauren
I skimmed it.
He went through it and gave it the blessing. So I owe Lauren for that too.
We owe Lauren a lot.
Yes.
And Lauren, you appreciate Lauren more and more every year you're away from the
Yes.
show. What he
Yeah.
has to deal with, the egos, the politics, keeping the sensibility in a certain frequency. Because if he left, it could turn into hee-haw in a second.
Oh man,
He
right.
likes smart, he likes
Yes.
big laughs. So there's a lot of respect for Lauren Michaels.
very true.
Yeah.
All right, how are we going to do Q&A? How do we do it? Oh, they line up over there? Okay, line up with him. If anybody has a question, we'll do a couple, and then we'll get this.
Greg Holtzman.
We'll get you guys to the other
Good
300
job,
shows
yes.
tonight. All right, here we go.
Hi there.
Oh, we're starting.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, young man.
Hey, buddy.
Thank you. So I was wondering, you were talking about like childhood things that you remember. What was the first like extravagant purchase you made when you sort of made it big?
That's a good question.
That's a good one. I got my leather jacket that you remember. The
black
I
leather
got
jacket.
a Police Academy movie, and I bought a $400 leather jacket that was too heavy, but I couldn't give it up. It was like a motorcycle one, and it hurt my neck, but I wanted to wear it. And then I think I wore it to the Improv when I was around Adam, and
The first thing you ever said to me was, "Can you unzipper me?"
can you help me get it off? And I have to lay down now. That was it. Mine was leather jacket. Dana, what do you got?
What'd you get?
With my own money that I bought. I think I went out. My father had a green, dark green, and light green '78 Cadillac Fleetwood or some shit when I was in high school. And my first big move, I went out to an old Cadillac place. They didn't have that color, but I got that same Caddy and had them paint it that color. That was like my big first move.
That's cool. That's
Big
better.
rich boy. How about you?
Can I
Dan?
change mine?
You must have got more than a leather jacket based on your home sales recently. Sorry, he did well. David invested well.
Yes.
What was your...
What'd you get?
my wife and I did a silly thing. We walked in Encino. We walked into a Mercedes dealership and we bought Mercedes cars, like $100,000 cars. I bought a convertible coupe and I drove it for like a week and it had a plastic windshield. Like, what the fuck? So I took it back and got a sedan. That was just during my German phase. I have a Volvo now. It's very non-sexy.
What a loser. Go ahead, next one.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the origins of your trademark, Adam Sandler voice, but you kind of already answered that.
Yeah.
But so my next question is, do your daughters do like an Adam Sandler impression? Like, do they go like, they're all laugh at you or whatever?
They don't do that. They don't know that album yet, but they both do the
Oh yeah, I've seen them do that.
They do that. That's it. Every time I'm trying to be funny and it doesn't work, they go, That's funny that you asked that.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Sorry, I'm shorter. Hi guys.
Hi.
Big fan. My name is Shalise. I'm from Houston.
Nice to see you, buddy.
So my question is, what out of all the films you guys have, if you guys can go back and do a sequel to any of y'all's previous films, what would it be?
Shit.
Wayne's World 3. Wayne's
World 3.
Garth at 60. Wayne, I gotta get some Flomax.
Flomax.
I don't know if it would work. Go ahead, Adam. We've done so many movies. What would be the sequel?
What was the, I can't think of the name right now, you did with Cage and Lovitz.
Oh, Trapped in Paradise.
Oh, Trapped in Paradise.
Yeah.
That'd be fun to just work with Nicolas Cage.
That was a tough shoot, wasn't
We
it?
fell down in the snow and we just...
You were doing Brad Gray in that, right?
I was doing Brad Gray and Mickey Rourke. I don't know what you're doing, but I wouldn't do it, counselor.
I was doing Mickey Rourke. The studio flew in from LA. We were in the middle of the woods in Canada and said, you got to stop doing that. Really? Yeah. But Nicolas Cage said, I would do it anyway. He was a great character.
I guess that's it, right? I don't know.
What would you do a sequel to? You have so many movies.
No idea.
Too many.
I liked them all. I liked doing Grown Ups with Davey because we all hung out. We had
that was a great one.
Grown-ups could work. Yeah, 3. Three.
Well, whatever it is, I like to do it with. It's always great when you're with your friends. Grown-ups, we literally got to do this every day.
That was a
Sit
fun.
in chairs, hang out, try to be funny, and cut around it.
Yeah, that thing's been keeping the lights on at TBS for the last 7 years. It's on heavy rotation.
Yeah,
but I love it. I loved Grown Ups. That was
a
great memories.
Yeah.
Thank you for that question.
Thank you.
Cheers, you guys are wonderful. This is amazing.
Thank you.
Hey, man.
My question, I suppose you guys have written for so many different, wonderful projects in both film and TV, and of course on Saturday Night Live. And my question was, do you think that to properly, master that sort of craft, do you think it's writing as much as you can, every day is really the proper way to get to a point where you feel comfortable with your writing? Or do you think also, I suppose, do you think it's also helpful to try and collaborate with other people that you'd work well with, or something?
Sounds a little like John Mulaney. This guy. I would say if I would take that, my first answer would be, if it's stand up, just get as much stage time as you can, and if it's writing, I think it's just more is better. Collaborating or writing by yourself, just anything you can do until something sticks, I would say.
Writing. I remember I lived with Apatow when I was young.
Judd, great writer.
And Apatow, he was the first one of us that would write.
Yeah, he was smart about it.
He used to sit in his room and write skits all the time for Saturday. Even it wasn't on Saturday Night Live, but he would write kind of skits.
And he would collaborate with people, and he was smart. He made himself like a producer because that was a valuable thing to help someone do what they're doing, Jim Carrey or you.
Right.
Well, I would say, what is your name?
My name is Ambrose.
Okay.
All right, Ambrose.
That's all right.
It's a cool name.
That's a great Chardonnay. No, anyway. Ambrose, I would just say initially that seems like too much pressure to me to try to go in a room and stuff. If you're a comedy writer, just write everything down. That's what George Carlin said. So if you're out with your friends, a lot of times just taking a walk or going to a movie, someone will say something. Make sure you either record it or write it down. And just do it spontaneously all the time. And your headset gets into that.
Yeah, it's hard to just sit and write and be funny. It happens all day. And if you just write it when it happens and don't say you'll remember it later because you won't. So just write it. And then you collect it and go, is there anything here? Is there anything here? That stuff's very valuable.
You basically only need to write 5 good jokes your whole life, and then, like David, you use that the rest of your life.
In different ways. It's a Spade roast.
It's all right.
Thank you guys so much.
Good luck.
Thank you, Ambrose.
All right. What do we got, boss?
Ambrose.
Hi. I have a favor to ask you guys. It's my nephew's 15th birthday, and I was wondering.
Go ahead.
It was my nephew's 15th birthday today, and I was wondering if I could make a video of you guys saying happy birthday to him.
Imagine if we said no and meant it.
Yeah.
Right now.
You know when to ask.
Take your video.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
What's his name?
What's his
Roll it.
name?
Nicholas.
And we're going to say,
Or do you want us to film it and then send it to you?
The whole theater sings happy birthday to Nicholas.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nicholas.
Yes.
Happy birthday to you. Nicholas. Thank you.
Trying to harmonize a little bit.
And it's my niece. Oh, sorry.
Hey there, guys. My name. Holy shit.
It's testosterone, man.
My name is Al, and I want to say that it's my grandma's dying, and it's her birthday today. And if we could sing happy birthday to her, that would be incredible.
All right.
What has changed, Nicholas?
What's her name?
No, but for real, this is such a fucking treat.
That was a good line.
This is such a fucking treat for all of us because you guys are all just such pillars of comedy.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
You too, David.
Thank you.
He's rolling.
Here's my real question. So, Adam, you know, as when you're watching you guys, we pretend we're you. We see ourselves in you and shit like that. So when you did Mixed Nuts with Steve Martin, and then when you did that scene with Philip Seymour Hoffman, being you in those moments is like fucking incredible. So how was it being you in those moments?
It was
Some
very
good,
cool.
Good co-stars.
That too. You're funny as shit, by the way.
Thank you.
Good job.
I'll be here tomorrow night. My name's Al Monero.
He's part of the Netflix festival.
You've got a great name for a comedian.
God, you're so psyched you followed Ambrose too. Like he's gonna take it down.
Ambrose is looking for pen and paper.
What, David, did you tune out? David tuned out. So, Steve Martin, of course, all our heroes.
Yeah.
We
One of
loved
the
him.
greats of all time. All time.
Yeah.
First time Hall of Famer, Steve Martin.
Yeah. Probably the #1 ballot for us, right?
Say it again?
He was probably the our #1 guy.
Memorized his albums.
His albums, Wild and Crazy
Yep.
Guy, all the shit Steve Martin did. So of course, being in a movie with him was just staring at him and waiting for like quiet moments to run over and say something, and if hopefully he'd respond. And so I love that, and he was very nice to me. And then Philip Seymour Hoffman, fucking great
Genius
guy,
actor.
great tour de force. That guy, he was just a very good, funny man. Took it serious, went hardcore, and when we worked together. By the way, Philip Seymour Hoffman, I don't know if you guys know this. So we're doing Billy Madison. I think we wrote, the Happy Gilmore. No, maybe Billy Madison. We wrote for Bob Odenkirk. Wrote that for Bob Odenkirk, the bad guy in the movie. And the fucking studio wouldn't allow it. They're like, you can't just have your friends. And we were like, no, he's fucking great. And they said no. And
It's Bob Odenkirk.
Bob
Don't you know?
Odenkirk, he was a writer on
Unbelievable.
SNL. So I think that's how it went. I think it's okay. So we wanted Bob. They said no. They put out, you got to audition, audition people. Philip Seymour Hoffman auditioned. And I was in Toronto getting ready to make the movie, and it still wasn't cast yet. I saw Philip Seymour Hoffman. I was laughing my ass off. I'm going, who the fuck is this guy? He's hilarious. So I tell the people, I show Universal, can we have this guy? Are you good with him? I mean, you fucking said no to Odenkirk. Are we okay with this guy? And they were like, and it took some talking into it, and then they said yes. Then we offered it to him, and we get this call back like, he doesn't want to do it. And we were like, he doesn't want to do it? What do you mean? He auditioned. And so I go, let me fucking talk to him, this guy, and tell him how great he is. And I called him up, and I said, hey, it's Adam. And he's like, oh, hey, Adam, blah, blah, blah. And I said, hey, man, I saw your tape. You're so great, buddy. And they said, you don't want to do it. And he goes, oh, thanks, man. I go, do you want to do it? And he goes, oh, I can't. I go, oh, why not? He goes, oh, I just don't want to. And I go, oh, okay. Wow. You sure? We're going to have fun. That's a great answer. Isn't that great? I don't want to. I go, I really love you. He goes, I know you do. I swear to God. I go,
wow.
All right,
a lot
man.
of confidence.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That was
good
cool.
job.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Hey, when you get bored and you want to go to YouTube, go to Crypto Junkies EEZ. I'll make you rich.
All right, just hang on to that Cardenio and
Get that
Dogecoin, brother.
Solana.
It's going to the moon.
He's funny bastard.
Hi guys, my name is Denny. Just want to thank you guys. You guys are my comedy heroes. Moved out to LA for my pursuit of SNL as my dream. So I've been looking up to you guys my whole life.
Oh, that's sweet. Welcome.
Are you doing stand-up and stuff like that?
All over.
Where
North Hollywood. I produce a show and.
No way.
Oh, really? What's your name?
Denny Glasser.
Denny Glasser.
That's a great name.
Is it a...
I'm gonna pass out. Thank you.
Is there a question with this or no?
Dr. Denny would be a good moniker. Dr. Denny's in the house. I'm just saying.
Thank you. My only question I wanted to ask is, what was the first impression or character that you guys did that you knew you could do this for a career?
Oh, I could do Michael J. Fox real good. That was David.
Always yours.
My first impression
You didn't do many impressions, did you?
I did. No, I used to do them around the house. I did the basic. I used to do Rich Little stuff, you know.
Yeah, me too.
John Wayne and...
John Wayne. Yeah.
Well, I used to wear a cowboy hat around the house.
Really?
Well, I'll tell you. I would do that like I would cook for my parents. Who wants bacon and eggs?
Oh, gross.
I know. So,
Oh, my God.
Yeah. How about you? Who was your first? Casey Kasem? You guys do that.
Checking in at number 5, the boss. Bruce Springsteen, a man and his guitar. A man who likes to call his guitar his own.
I was 9 years old. The Beatles came on Ed Sullivan. The next day, I walked up to my mom and I said, "Hey, do you think I could get me some pancakes?" She screamed. She didn't know what I was doing, but that was my first time I knew I could alter my voice is doing a Liverpudlian accent.
All right, well, good luck to you, buddy. Thank you for asking.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Love you, buddy.
I think that's it, Dane. I think we gotta go.
We gotta go.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Adam Sandler.
Thank you. Love
Give
you
him a
all.
applause. Sorry
Thanks,
about your
Dana.
questions. Thank you, guys.
You
Love
guys
buddy.
were awesome, and thank you
for
so
coming
much
out.
for coming out to the Wiltern. Adam Sandler.
Take care.
Bye, folks. Thanks, Dana.
Really
Love you
enjoyed
guys.
it. How you doing? That was fun. Thank you so much.
All right.
Fly on the Wall has been a presentation of Cadence 13.
Please listen, then rate, review, and follow all episodes.
Executive produced by Dana Carvey and David Spade, Chris Corcoran of Cadence 13, and Charlie Finan of Brillstein Entertainment. Production and engineering led by Greg Holtzman, Richard Cook, Serena Regan, and Chris Basil of Cadence 13.
Hey, everybody. I'm Dana and David Spade, and up next we got the great Bill Hader. Bill Hader is stud. He's
Let me say this about Bill Hader.
Mm-hmm.
If I was having a conversation about who was the greatest SNL cast member, if someone said Bill Hader, I wouldn't slug
fight
him in
right
the
away.
face.
You
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
fight
slug
him.
him in the face. I wouldn't get mad. I'd really go, I see.
If someone said who was the tallest SNL cast member and they said Bill Hader, I still would go,
I wouldn't get mad. I wouldn't slug him in the face.
I wouldn't be pissed off. I wouldn't fight him too hard.
I wouldn't fight him. I just go, okay.
I just don't know. I see him, and he is fucking tall.
If someone said that Will Ferrell was shorter than me, I wouldn't get mad. I wouldn't slug him in the face.
I would, because
I wouldn't slug him in the face. Bill Hader is brilliant on Saturday Night Live and his show Barry.
Yeah, he made the jump. And to go from SNL, no matter how good you are, to jump over and he's on a great show is always tough, because there's sections of your life, your career, boom, boom, boom. And, to still be talked about, still be known is great. It's a very tricky situation.
There's a part of being on SNL. I don't always think everyone, but
what do you always think?
Here's what I'm trying to point out. You're kind of your best right before you leave, because I was asking Fred Armisen, who was Batman and Robin. I don't know which one was Batman, but they were twinsies on their last year of SNL. Fred Armisen and Bill Hader. I said, you guys were just so loose. There was no sense of pushing, trying to be funny. And they go, well, we just were having fun. We knew we were leaving, and we just were.
Yeah, there's something to that.
You can't be too loose on SNL. And Bill Hader hit some. First of all, he's quirky. His Vincent Price thing is crazy. Yeah. His impressions are weird. Like that newscaster guy he does, who keeps hitting himself in the face.
What about the puppet guy?
And the ventriloquist guy?
Yeah.
He's got so many funny hooks. And I'll tell you, anecdotally, if you have a minute.
Yeah.
I was there hosting, and my sons were with me, and they were just little kids. I remember Fred and Bill being so sweet and gentle. Like they were, like if you see them on the show, they're like powerful, right? Mm-hmm. And then when you meet them personally, they're kind of shy and very thoughtful. They're not on all the time. And Bill Hader is such a good audience. He has an incredibly intense laugh.
Yeah. When people meet me, they go, this guy's like a hard-ass athlete. And then they realize I'm just a tough guy. Like I'm just a run-of-the-mill, like fucking badass.
Oh, yeah. I was terrified the first time I met you. I'd seen you on Update. I went, this guy's a badass.
I get up, I do 5 crunches in the morning, whether I feel like it or not. I'm just boom, 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 knock them out. And then I lay down. If someone
told me that you could kick my ass in a street fight, I wouldn't slug him in the face.
You wouldn't fight him on it?
No, because you're scrappy. Arizona people, anyone who grew up in 112-degree heat and come out of that doing stand-up at 19, I mean, you're scrappy.
I'm scrappy, and I fight, and my dad left me, and it all comes out when I do a fight. But listen.
He had a really easy childhood. Mine was kind of rough.
Is that right?
If you can tell.
The reason why we
bonded over our
childhood.
Mutual roughness.
But I will tell you, you did not know this.
What?
Willie Hader went to my college. And nobody gives a fuck. But it's true. Me and him do.
Billy Hader? Billy Hader went to your college?
Not even ASU. The Stepping Stone Scottsdale community, where I went and got a 3.25, which is kind of shitty for like basically high school still. And
Were
I
you
went
a national chess champ or something?
I was, and then I got stupid at the wrong time.
So you were phoning it in even then.
I was smart from kindergarten to 8th grade, and then fucking spiked down freshman year, right when they started going, okay, are you smart? We're going to start writing it down now, your grades. And I'm like, oh, well now.
If only they told us why we were learning math, because that was the best sleep literally I ever got in my life. X plus Y equals snooze. I mean, it would literally hypnotize me. I couldn't even make. They said, this is how we make rocket ships. I would have been sitting up. Motherfuckers.
They basically said, X plus Y equals Z, Z, Z.
Yeah.
Later.
But that you don't fall asleep when you see the great Bill Hader do his thing.
No, he went to my Scottsdale Community College, and we were the Artichokes. We're going to ask him about it. And fucking we both somehow, if you went there.
Was the mascot really the Artichokes?
Yeah,
That's not a joke?
I swear to God.
The Arizona Artichokes?
Yeah, Scottsdale.
Wow. That is awesome.
Dude,
we were the Scots.
6 credits in anthropology from there, and I only need 180 more to graduate, so I might pick it up this summer. Anyway, here's Bill Hader,
Dr.
folks.
David Spade.
Yeah, he's a real genius.
Here's Bill Hader, our friend, and one of the funniest people in the world. David, be in the moment.
I am.
Don't talk over me. God damn it.
That's all we do is talk over each other. We should let Bill talk at some point in this, but not like right away.
No, it's okay. I like watching you guys.
You've talked enough, right?
Yeah.
This is a conversation.
Bill Hader, hang on.
We're not narcissists, but you can ask us questions too.
Yeah. This
if you get
this is more of a
curious.
discussion.
Oh, I'm moderating. Oh, that's how your podcast goes. I moderate
Yeah.
a discussion between you two. That's what I guess. About your relationship and your time.
Bill Hader, look how much I prepared.
I know. I was like, Bill Hader, I know the name.
Yeah.
And I know his game. I know. I know his
this
game.
fucking dude. He's got some game, Dana. This guy's
motherfucker broke all the rules.
Yeah.
And I love him for it. The rules are every fucking guy holding his dick walking into a bar says, I'd like to direct. And everyone goes, yeah. Here's what you do, kid. You put on the makeup, you dance like a clown, they pay you. You dance. You're a clown. He goes, no, I'm not. I'm Martin Scorsese. No, you're a fucking bozo, a fucking clown. Now take this fucking movie from Paramount. We'll give you 20 large up front. So Bill says, all right, go ahead, Bill.
Oh my God. Mr. Michaels, I would.
Oh, was it Lauren asking you to do a character movie?
Yeah, I think Lauren he wanted to do a character movie, yeah. But
maybe this summer, maybe when you're on break.
Maybe. Well, it was a hard one to do. He wanted to do a Stefan one, and then I think John Mulaney and I were like, it didn't work as a sketch.
That's a good reason.
You know what I mean? We're like, it died twice at the table, and then we did it a couple of times at dress, and it was terrible. It was low energy, weird thing that never worked. And so then it was like, oh, okay. And
well, let's just shoot it and look at the whole movie and see.
We can burn it if it doesn't work. We can burn it.
And if you get a little burned or singed, it happens.
And we'll take it outside, and Marcy will set it on fire. We've done this before. We set
Marcy,
it on fire.
get the wizard lighter fluid on my desk next to the certs.
Lauren, I'm going to fly, Lauren. I fly now. Marcy, you don't fly. Look at the Book of Lauren, page 7, the Stefan movie.
Lauren.
The Book of Lauren.
Oh, wait, did you guys have things? Yeah, we had we can do a movie, and then we were like, well, it doesn't work as a sketch. It kind of just works on update,
It went from a sketch to update or update to a sketch?
It did not work as a sketch, and then it was Doug Abels who was running update going, I need something. What about that Club Kid thing you did?
Give me that thing that bombed. Do you still have it?
You know what
it's
I mean?
on my desk. Get it in here.
No, that's very.
Do you know what I mean? Where
Well, updates a little less pressure in a weird way. It's just you doing it directly, and if they buy it, they buy it. You don't have to rely on a whole thing.
It worked better when it was like, because I don't know. Do you guys remember? It's just like low energy, weird shit. Just didn't. But just that feeling of like, oh, I got a low energy, weird thing.
Right.
This isn't going to work.
And how do you do that in a 90-minute corporate funny vehicle?
You can't.
We couldn't even take Hans and Franz off their set. We got to get them off their set. So we put them in a campground scene with Al Franken. Death!
Oh, in a sketch? What about the movie?
Then we got him on the set, and then we're pointing. No, we had the movie written, Hans and Franz, the Girly Man Dilemma, but that went... That's
that would have been good. I think that would have been good, though.
Oh, wait.
Let's get back to Bill Hader.
You tried taking them off the set, and it didn't work.
No, I put Church Lady.
You wrote a sketch. You guys do that all. It happens all the time where you go like, oh, let's not do the same thing over and over again.
Right.
And then you realize, like, no, that's what they like is seeing.
Yeah.
Well, same thing.
It's like they go, Dana, they go, Hans and Franz, here you are in the gym for 19 sketches, and they put you in like a store, and they're like, who the fuck are these two people? Like, no one even understands the sketch.
Hey, not cool.
Yeah, not cool. Put them in the fucking gym. Cool. I know the jokes, and I will laugh. I know how to do this.
But you're at home base. You're screaming at the audience right behind the camera. Yeah, you curly minded losers. And then we're over in the corner in 8H in a quiet campground scene. Yeah, would you like another Venus Schnitzel? Nothing.
You like some s'mores?
So I think it was why. I think Stefan is brilliant, but I think it might have been a wise decision. That would have been a challenge.
No, the sketch did not work. I mean, it just never worked.
Bill.
You can hear your footfalls on the. It was one of those things where I could hear if I like placed a glass on a table in the sketch. You could hear
It was loud.
It was just dying. It was like,
yeah, just
oh, that's
the
dying
tiniest
so
little-
bad.
Well, Bill, your next question to us is, was there a Gap Girls movie? Which is a good, fair question. There was not. But there
That
was
would've worked.
There was.
Wait, did you guys did you guys write a Gap Girls?
You got scared. You go, did you do one? Uh-oh, I didn't see it. No, we didn't write it, but
he got scared.
we
Would not get scared. I know it didn't happen.
no, it didn't happen, but it was sort of when I thought movies were very easy to come by because I was delusional because one summer we did Tommy Boy. Lauren had a deal with Paramount. It was sort of easy. Like, and then next summer, why don't you guys do Black Sheep? And we're like, great. And then next summer, maybe you guys could do Gap Girls movie. And the things that had against it were me writing it, which was probably the first thing. And
Hey, come
and
on
then
now.
I was running out of sketch ideas that were 4 minutes long. So I remember we did one about Jeopardy because Gapperty just sounded like a funny name for a sketch. And then, but there was no
Gapperty?
sketch. And so I go, if me, Farley, and Adam are the contestants, it'll be funny. And Courtney Cox was the host. And we have to ask her about that because that was the first time I wrote something, and I was so joyous that it was on, and I was
Just your name on it. That's just solely.
yeah
you?
for Gaps Girls,
Wow.
and then I do it, and Courtney goes, I don't really have a thing to play as the host, and I was like, oh, I didn't even think about any other character. You know, it's so rude. Like I'm so worried about our shit and trying to get Farley to make sure everything he says is in all caps.
What was your catchphrase for Gap Girls? What was your
I don't know if there
catchphrase?
was one. I mean,
The thing everybody remember was lay off.
oh, lay off me, I'm starving.
I'm starving. That was the
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was my proudest writing moment was that one because
lay off me. I'm
that
starving.
one worked.
Destroyed.
Yeah. And also in that one, Bill, there was in rehearsal, it says, you know, like we're at the mall at the food court, and then we see the girls from Donut Hut. Everyone knows the sketch. I mean, I don't even know why I'm explaining it. And Schneider
I'm
comes
taking
in
notes.
with Sarah Gilbert as Donut Hut sluts, and we argue with them. Obviously, there's a rivalry, and then at the end of the week, they go, "We'll see you guys Friday," and then it goes away to a card. It says 3 days later of the mall, and then it comes back, and then in rehearsal, I go, "Isn't it weird? We're all wearing the same thing we did 3 days later." And we laugh. So I go, hey, Adam, on the live show, I go, when we do that, when we come back, I'm going to say that. And you say, I don't think we are. And I go, trust me, we are. Because it's only 5 seconds of real time.
Yeah.
And so we added that, which was fun. And then lay off me, I'm starving. Farley fucking nailed. And then I said, we can't do a movie. I'm out. That's it. I don't want to wear
All right, let's talk
nails.
about
No,
Bill's
this
SNL.
story
I'm
has
gonna bring
20
it
more
back.
minutes.
Wait, hold on, David. What
Yeah.
was the one where
Okay,
you
sorry.
said you were the contestant on a thing and you said, "Oh, that's sweet."
Oh, sweet. That was Keith Weaver Spaz.
Oh my God! I get in my Scirocco.
It's gonna be sweet.
It's gonna be sweet.
God dang. Well,
Oh, what we do for money.
Is that in Arizona? Wait, real quick. Is that an Arizona dude or is that?
no, that was just. Yeah, I had a guy that used to talk, I guess, in class, and so when you get assigned a sketch, they go, "Can you be sort of a whatever?" So that one just sounded funny because I don't really do big characters, and that one sounded funny. And my friend had a Scirocco and it was all whited out, and it was very cool, and it had
So
white
silly.
rims, everything. Scirocco over at SCC.
Oh yeah, that's where I just did a. I just did a talk at SCC.
Oh, you did?
We went to the same community college, Dana, but
Scottsdale.
I left. I went out of state to go to a community.
This is the funniest story. He's from Oklahoma, right? And then you
From Oklahoma to Arizona.
And I went to Arizona to the Art Institute of Phoenix because my grades were so bad and they didn't care. And then when I was there, a guy there was like, you know, at Scottsdale Community College, they're shooting stuff on film. And I went, oh, this is in whatever, 97 or something when shooting on video was lame. And so we went there and yeah, and they were like, you know, David Spade.
Yeah, I went there because they had tennis. It was a little different, but
What was the mascot of Scottsdale Community?
Artichoke.
The Artichokes? Okay.
It was the Artichoke.
The
That's
Artichokes.
hysterical.
And then I worked on Mill Avenue at a movie theater. I worked at Centerpoint Movie
oh,
Theater.
I love it. Yeah, down in
As
Tempe.
an usher or running the film, or what were you doing?
I was an usher. And I looked like Charles Manson. I had like a long beard and long hair with the cummerbund and the little tie on. And
Cummerbund.
So the idea when you're the type of usher who would then, when there wasn't many people around, just sit in on movies, was you'd be that kind of guy?
Yeah, I would sit and watch movies. The guy that there's a guy I worked with, and you had this whole thing about like you can't bring food into the theater, outside food into the theater, and I became like really obsessed with nailing people because it was just fun to be like, whoa, no, I was just like, and this one dude was, I forget his name, but he was such a like, just kind of a stoner guy, and we were out. I was by the concession stand, and this guy came in with a wedding cake.
Just to sit
and his ticket stub in his mouth. And he was like, hey, can I put this in the back? I was just gonna go see a movie. So one, I'm like, who brings a wedding cake to a movie? And two, I was like, went to this stoner guy. I'm like, did you not see the guy with the fucking wedding cake? You tore his tickets and you put the stubs back in his mouth. He was like, "Oh yeah, man. The guy seemed, he had a cake."
Yeah, I just saw Spider-Man, and the usher goes, they like overhelp. He goes, "I'll walk you to the theater." I go, "I think I got it," and he goes, 3 hours, dude. And I go, "Oh," immediate buzzkill. I go, "Oh, it is." He goes, "Yeah," and he goes, and at the end, all the Spider-Mans. I go, "Hey, don't be like spoiler guy. Just let me get in there.
Take it down a peg,
yeah,
Kiko,
fucking
okay?
guy."
There you go.
Come on. What are you, the false ending guy or something?
And he's going down the river like Kurtz.
Colonel Kurtz is a great Dennis. One of his go-to, like Colonel Kurtz up there in the cave.
Going down the river like Kurtz.
Getting that sponge on his head in the cave, shooting for the Oscar, right? Like the way the Sheen Cat hides in the shallows, okay?
I have all these sketches of Bill's I want to go over, but
while we're here in his youth, because we'll kind of maybe we can go. Hey, we're just making this up, Bill.
Yeah, Bill.
But we know you're a filmophile, so you go to the theater, you're seeing films. Do you remember the first film? Because I could say 2001 for me in a theater or on television. The first film or TV show when you went, holy shit, what the fuck is this?
It was like always like I was at a sleepover at this kid's house, and his older brother was like, we were 12, and like, the 15-year-old older brother came in and was like, "I'm going to show you this movie, Taxi Driver."
Whoa!
Wow!
And we all were like, "What?"
That's heavy.
Oh, dude, we can't be watching this,
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, this is really intense. But there was a scene in that movie where, with all the violence and stuff in it, there's a scene where Robert De Niro takes Sybil Shepherd to a porno movie that's still like one of the most embarrassing
that's great
things I've ever seen in a thing ever. It's just impossible to watch and it's so bad. It's so sad.
Mm-hmm.
But then afterwards he calls her, and it's him on a payphone in a hallway, seeing if she got these flowers he sent her. And he's like, "I didn't know you didn't like those kind of movies," or whatever. And it was so embarrassing to watch. And then as it was happening, the camera just dollied off of him as he's talking.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, oh, wow, the movie doesn't want to watch this. Like, it was like, oh, you're allowed to do that. It like unlocked this thing in my head where I was like, so it was weird. This weird night where this older brother thought he was kind of like, fucking us up or whatever. And instead I got like really jazzed by that. It was hard after that to be like, let's watch The Natural.
Yeah.
For like whatever movies my friends wanted to watch. It was like, no, I want to.
But that's so interesting that you think they just show, like when I see movies, they show that guy, and then you cut and show that guy talking. And even dolly shots are weird. And then you fade off them. And in your head to think, oh, it's because he's boring and it's odd and it's getting extra. And you go, oh yeah, are you allowed to do that? And then.
Yeah. It's like an emotional thing. It was like, it felt intuitive and emotional, and it was like, oh, I don't want to watch this, so let's give them some space.
Could I
oh, that's so cool.
Connect the dots on that a teeny bit with you, Bill? I was watching the episode where you're going to go kill the guy. He ends up being a martial artist, and then you have a fight with the daughter on Barry.
Yeah.
Well, when you come in and we know he's the mark, you come in and you stay on him a long time, and we just hear your voice. talking about it's not going to happen. It's going to be okay. But there's no shot of you at that point. I don't know. It just reminds me. It had some visceral, emotional.
Yeah, you kind of like. It was like an instinctive thing of like, oh, you don't know what he's looking at, and then the reveal that I'm in this like weird costume,
Spider-Man almost or something.
Yeah, this weird, like one of the guys, terrorists at Munich games or something. Like he had this weird look, and then. But yeah, but yeah, that's what I mean. You kind of go like, well, it takes a while to get that kind of confidence
to do that.
The crew looks at you like you're nuts.
You're not doing coverage. What? Yeah.
We ended up shooting a 2-shot of us because the DP and other people were like, I don't get this. And I just went, okay, we'll shoot this. And then and then you get in the edit and say, well, I kind of want it this way.
Well, I think, that's Barry, which we'll get to in a little bit. But so as you're going along, just a few more touchstones. What, Deer Hunter? Are you like kind of the darker kind of films?
Yeah, those kind of movies were always, there's a movie Last Detail with Jack Nicholson. I love.
That was Hal Ashby and Judd Apatow talked about that.
Yeah, I love that film.
Yeah,
Judd directed that. Hey, Bill, what about
Jack?
What about
Jack Nicholson? If you could just,
he goes,
"This Judd."
You could just say like, I think my balls hurt. This Last Detail. Yeah, they had the big God mic.
Yeah,
Randy, before you, no, Randy, look at him and be like, oh, geez, I guess I got my semen all over the place.
Think of your gun as a horse's cock. Your gun is like a horse's cock.
When Judd does a thing and it doesn't land, there's always a pause, and then he goes,
Judd said Deer Hunter could have been a half hour longer. No, but
Really?
No, I'm kidding. But I saw.
I would have.
What about in Taxi?
He makes fun of that.
We make fun of it because I showed him my HBO my new Netflix special. It's an hour 6. He goes, I think it could be 2 hours. Let me see it. I go, well, no, there's not even that many. That is not that much material. I'll find it. But what about in Taxi Driver that stood out to me? This is the tiniest thing, but when he's embarrassing, going the thing that says, "I've got to get organized."
Organized, the card.
And she's like, "What?" I gotta
get organized. Yeah, it's on his wall. No, it's like, I gotta get organized.
That was something my mom had.
And then he's like, it's this thing that says I gotta get organized, and she's like, and then he buys her a record that she says she already has. Like this whole thing is just awkward. Where you're like, dude, just like stop it. This is so sad.
Yeah.
And you're 12 watching that.
I'm 12 watching this.
Yeah.
The girls are like a total mystery to me. And I'm like, okay, don't do any of this.
Right. I thought it was like a lesson in how to do it.
Yeah.
But I told Dana I saw Tommy when I was 12. Remember Tommy? And it scared me and I had a stomach ache.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for it.
The beans, the scene in Tommy with all the... remember the scene with the beans where, isn't it like Anne Margaret or someone?
Yeah.
Like,
makes no sense. Scared me. Oh, Acid Queen, when she threw, the guy got fire and it burned his face at the beginning with Tina Turner. I don't know what the fuck. I just saw Grease before that. I'm like, what's going on here? Let's keep it light, guys.
Yeah, no, that one was rough.
What's going on?
I always liked a lot of those. But I also like love Jaws.
Oh, yeah. Perfect movie.
The Godfather, and
never can watch that any day of the week. Godfather. What about Alien? How did you find Alien?
Like Once Upon a Time in the West. You remember that movie?
With Henry Fonda.
Henry Fonda, where he's the bad guy.
I'm gonna shoot you right now if the last thing I ever do. I'm Henry Fonda.
Now that you've said my name, he shoots a kid.
Oh, he shot a kid?
Yeah, he shoots a kid.
Yeah, the old gunslinger, one of those spaghetti westerns.
This guy goes, we got them all, right? When he says his name, he goes, well, now that you've said my name. And he turns around and shoots a kid, and you're like, Jesus Christ. I was like, geez, let's relax.
Yeah.
Sergio.
But,
yeah, I like all those 70s movies. And then a big one, you know what a big one I saw in the theater was, and it's a weird one, was I took a girl to go, like my first, like, you're going with somebody.
A date. Okay.
Date.
Yeah.
And she wanted to go see Father of the Bride with Steve Martin, and I took her to go see Barton Fink.
Oh,
all
wow.
right. That was...
And she was like, okay, thanks. Well, we never really need to speak.
Not
again.
a panty dropper.
Yeah. And I was like, damn, that movie was amazing. I was like, it's still one of my... I love that film.
The Coen brothers?
Who was that, Turturro?
Yeah. Who did it? Turturro was in it.
John Turturro
John Goodman.
and John Goodman are just unbelievable.
John Goodman. I don't have...
He was great when he hosted the show.
John Goodman, speaking of Saturday Night Live, which is sort of the theme of our show, kind of, John Goodman could do anything, and he's one of those guys that read through with the 55 scripts. He's one of those incredible cold readers. You know, that's a thing that's so difficult.
I don't know how people do that. I remember. And did you guys ever have people who were terrible at the table?
Yes.
You were like, this is going to be a bloodbath. And then we're just amazing. Like they came in and they were like, oh, they're just not good cold readers, or they kind of save it.
Well,
or something happens when they're up in front of a live audience that it suddenly clicks and you're like, oh, get out of the way.
Yeah. I think there's a gradient scale. I mean, you could go to some mild dyslexia or whatever's going on, but some people can really, like Dennis Miller and Phil Hartman could look at a cue card and just grab it so fast.
Yeah.
And they never would stumble a little bit. But even good readers, it's such a task to not trip up a word, reverse a word.
I tripped over stuff constantly. I did my sixth show. I played Vincent Price.
Oh, yeah.
And Lauren,
one
Michaels
of my favorites,
came up to me. Lauren came up to me right before the band's playing, and I'm, my sixth show, and I'm sweating.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, Dana, you talked about it, like I would have a full blown panic attack before every show. I would go into that bathroom that was by the big makeup area.
There was a boys and girls.
That bathroom way at the end of the hall.
Yes.
Right after the meeting, before it was like, and Lauren would be like, this week, we're about to go on break, and people are going to say it was a good show or a bad show,
So it'd be really, really nice if it was like
it'd
really
be really,
good.
really nice if you could say.
I love that about Lauren.
Yeah.
So when you panic attack in there, just for a second, so you go and you sit down, you're by yourself. Are you just hyperventulating?
Standing up.
Okay.
I go into a stall, standing up, and I would just hyperventilate. I'll be honest, cry a little bit.
Of course.
Shaking. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just have like a full. And then the thing was that Jenna, who was our stage manager when I was there, who's one of my favorite human beings on the planet, is great. But she had, I think, part of your job when you're that, you should be a little calm before air.
You'd think.
And be like, 5 minutes to air.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it would get
5 minutes to air.
Yeah.
Like her voice shaking, and I'm going, I'm going to have a panic attack.
Yeah.
So I was in Vincent Price, and it was like the second sketch after monologue, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like about to pass out, and Lauren goes, I like this, but why now?
Very Lauren.
And then we did it, and if you watch the very first one, it's Eva Longoria, I think, was the host. I stumble the first minute. I stumble over like every other line.
Wow.
I'm so like discombobulated, and wait, what did that mean? And what did I just say?
Well,
and,
also new cast is hard to get the cards down. It's not so simple. It takes a while.
How to look at it. Of course, you were the host in that, but do you think this is kind of like unhealthy, what we did there? I ended up having a botched bypass a couple of years after.
Yeah.
When what was our blood pressure in our first few shows?
Yeah, no,
our
I have
hearts.
like a weird autoimmune thing that affects the retina of my left eye, and I've gone to so many people about it. I've lost vision in this eye, like all this stuff, and everybody's like,
really?
I'm like, could stress have caused this? And they're like, well, yeah.
You weren't on Saturday Night Live, were you? You're like, yes.
Were you on Saturday Night Live?
Saturday Night Live?
How are you?
How many stents do you have?
David, did you have any sort of post-traumatic health issues, or did you have anything that...
It stopped it stunted my growth for sure. I'm 5'7".
Okay.
But I will tell you that before, you were just saying, when I was on the 8th floor, I would go by the elevators and take a left, and there's a bathroom back there. And I would just stand there and look at my script in the stall and just go, oh my God. And GE would come in and go out, and everyone would, he'd come with his full amp, and I'm like, not here.
He was the coolest.
No one
G.
knows
Smith.
how loud it is in that room when you're like doing the actual show and the band kicks in. You can't hear anything. It's crazy. So I would get really sickened, and I think when I moved to New York, I was this fun kid from Arizona, and I was of course smashed down because I didn't have any nutrients. I didn't know what carbs were back then, so it was pizza, it was pasta. I didn't have a glass of water for 6 years. I didn't.
Same here.
It was Diet Coke, and then my hair got brown because I didn't know it could get brown, but it was dark
no
all the
sun.
time. Yeah, there's sun 10 minutes a day when it's like the buildings are
so
straight up
vitamin
and the
D
sun's
deficient.
directly at noon. And so I got like sort of gray, and I felt weak and sickly. I was like Powder, you know that movie Powder. So I'm sort of that guy, and then. I wasn't really, if I look at it now of how much I pay attention to eating and food and what goes in, and I did not at all then, and then add all the stress of like, I don't know if I'm ever going to be in show business. I can't barely make it here. And it's just so much every day. That's all you think about. It had to affect something. I mean, it's sort of my own doing, but it had to affect something.
The first church chat, I popped a tooth. Yep. Well, isn't that
Really?
No, I made that up. I made that up.
I would believe it.
I know, because I'm just thinking it's like.
Wasn't the first church chat your first show, and it became the cold open?
Yeah, it became the first sketch after Update. I was in a cold open with Phil and Jan, and I didn't even know I was in the cold open in essence. But then the church lady was the first, and there's church chat. If people care, but her hand came up, his hand, my hand, that character's hand. Sorry, I have the dress in the closet, and it was drenched in sweat. It was pure, and yet to be that adrenalized, that blood pressure, heart pounding, and then pretend to be relaxed was such a difficult thing. But I want to go over some of your seminal, incredible sketches, but just quickly. The acclamation point for me, I believe in a way I was maybe the best I was on the show, like my last two shows. I mean, I think it took me 5 years to get to have fun, put it that way. Because I see the panic attacks, but when I saw, and I've said this to you and Fred Armisen, you know, Batman and Robin, you guys, I always connected you too because of all the great stuff you did, is that I said, how did you guys seem to be having so much fun that last season? And you said, well, we knew it was our last season, so we kind of, in a good way, didn't give a fuck. And then you have fun, and then you're great. So that process did happen for you, right? At some point, you got calmer.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it was still nervous. I was still going to the that bathroom stall, but I wouldn't like have. It was more like what David's saying. You would have your script, and you would just kind of read through your stuff and just have a quiet moment by yourself, and then be like, all right, let me center myself. But then, Fred was so loose on the show. Mm-hmm. I never saw him get nervous. And so he a lot of times, and I'm also a very soft touch. Like I break constantly. So I think that was what he would bring to us.
He loved to break you.
Well, just also as a way of like
his commitment.
So amped up.
Yeah.
It was just but he would just do little things. It was never big things.
Yeah.
Like he did a sketch he wrote called Short-Term Memory Theater.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
And the whole thing is I'm the doctor who's worked with all these patients and we're going to run a play. And you'll see that none of these people forget their lines because they had short-term memory loss. But
you keep hammering it home that there's absolutely no way they will.
I hammer it home. It's like they will not. You mark my word, they will not miss a single line. And then 80 Bryant comes out, immediately goes up on her lines, and I have to cue her. And that's the bit is that I'm cueing everybody.
I just watched that. It's so fucking hilarious.
Fred, it's supposed to be in the 40s, like a like a Arthur Miller play or something. And Fred, to fuck with me, came in a present day New York Giants jacket.
I saw that.
And he goes, and then I said, give me the jacket. And he said, is the play over?
Dude, I wrote down something from that because you go, because I just watched it and I was laughing, and Vince Vaughn is in it too, right? Vince Vaughn. Yeah. And you go, you go, it has my keys in it. You go, Jana has everyone's keys. Because they're all obviously they can't be without their shit. I thought it was so funny. And then I watched 5 years in a row that were home runs. And this is, I kept going, you have to laugh in this one. When you were doing the one where you're fucking screaming as a fireman, I was like, I didn't know where it was going. And you start going crazy. I go, there's no way. You kept saying, what? And you,
that was John Solomon and Rob Klein wrote that one. And I don't know where it came from. It was just one of those great things where you come to the table and
it's a fucking home run.
And they're like, yeah, we went nuts last night. You're this like very effeminate firefighter that's mad that your girlfriend's there with
Adam Levine, who, by the way,
Adam Levine. And you know, Jim Downey was there, and Jim Downey was laughing really hard
for sure
when he was losing his mind during that sketch. And then we came into a dress rehearsal, and then we came into the meeting before air, and they had all the cards up, and Downey started crying, laughing, and I was like, "Why is Downey laughing?"
That's interesting.
And he goes, the name of that sketch is The Firehouse Incident.
That's the funniest part for him.
And he goes, it's so needlessly mysterious.
That Jim does have that capacity to identify exactly why it's funny.
He was like, he goes, it's needlessly mysterious.
Yeah.
And that we were just, that's my memory of doing that show, was being in the meeting just crying.
Oh, to make Downey laugh is big. Also, I thought it was when everyone plays it straight. Adam Levine, I'll give it to him too. When everyone plays it straight, it's so hilarious, and it's asking a lot of everyone to A, not laugh, and B, just play it straight. And then I think Cicely or someone comes over and goes out of nowhere, "Hey, I guess they just canceled the B in apartment C," and you go, "What? The B in C?
Not the B.
Not the B in C? Oh my god."
I think I grab a dog and I yell, "Open a window," and they all say no.
You fit attacks you,
and then the dog attacks me. Yeah.
And we're not.
Yeah, that was one of those ones where it's just like a gift that the writers were like, I don't know what happened, but they wrote another one with me where I was like this guy in the guy in a puppet class. I was
traumatized.
Anthony Coleman.
Yeah,
and that was another one where you go to the table and there's like a sock puppet on your pile of scripts with a little note on it, like,
nice,
puppet class, could you use this please, John and Rob?
Hysterical.
And you're like figuring it out as you go along. Those guys, my last season, because Mulaney had left, and John Solomon and Rob Klein really wrote some great stuff for me that last season.
Those two right there are like, by the way, I was wondering during puppet class how it must be a little hard to get your lines, get the puppet, get them to kiss, get around and try to kiss and everything you had to do was like two things going on at once, and make sure the camera's on your face and then the puppet's face. They had to do that. So those can be complicated, and then it comes off without a hitch.
Yeah, that one, the most difficult thing, everybody was like, oh, was it making the puppet smoke? And that was, those things where like they cut to someone else, and then you have, was Flanagan there with you guys? The guy who made shit? That guy Flanagan? No. Anyway, Flanagan was the guy who made the puppet. He would be there, and then they're hooking shit up to you real fast.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, Jesus, this is and then what they don't see is the guys are all like on the floor right at your feet.
Right. Yeah.
It's complicated.
It was one of those things where the smoke came out. You're like, oh, thank God that fucking works. Because
doesn't work all during the week.
And they're doing like that. And you're like, oh, Jesus Christ, please.
We had barf ones where they put the barf in a tube up your arm, and then I think it was Fred Wolf wrote one where maybe it was Alec Baldwin, and every cop that walks up to a scene and goes, God damn, and then they go, and everyone starts barfing.
They would come out before you could get it.
And it's even funnier, but if it doesn't come out, it sucks. And there's a guy pumping next to him going, give him more gas, Joe, and you're like, we're live.
We can't
give him more gas.
Yeah,
I had a host once, right? I had a puppet it was a different sketch, but I had a puppet that was supposed to throw up on a host. And the host was angry about it. The host didn't like that between dress and air and the meeting, they were like, oh, and hey, can we do something about that puppet? You know, when the host sounds off and everybody's like, excuse me?
Oh, no.
The host sounded off. Well, the writer who wrote that, I was like, second year cast member. So I was like, oh, geez, yeah, sure. Sorry, But the guy I wrote it with, it was his last show. So he was just quiet.
Did he go, hey, fuck you, we're doing it?
So we go over and we're doing the sketch. And I see him talking to the special effects guys. And the guys are pumping the water thing. And it was like, when you have like a pellet gun. And
the last couple.
Just getting hard. Yeah.
I hear them going. So we're doing the sketch and I go to pick this thing up. And I pick up the puppet. And it's vibrating.
It's so full, ready to go.
Explode. And I was like, oh, Jesus. And on air, this stuff, it was like a fire hose. Just like, hit this guy right in the face. I was like.
And he's expecting nothing now. Instead of a little bit.
Expecting like a water fountain.
Yeah.
We actually said, I want it like a drinking fountain, like a little.
Right. And it just waylays.
It hit so hard that the puppet flew off the thing. And so it was just the nozzle of the.
On the air show?
Yeah. I was like,
oh, I have to give you, like, speaking of all that kind of stuff, because it's hard sometimes to get all this shit on you when you're during a show. So you got a wig. But you did one with. Like a Hollywood type of show with Scarlett Johansson and Kristen Wiig. And Scarlett Johansson, first of all, is an unsung hero. She's kind of a sleeper because every sketch I see her in, she's great in.
Yeah, she's awesome. Yeah, she's really committed.
And she kills it. And then that one was just a funny one where you two were acting like idiots. And it was just another surprising sketch.
Yeah, it's Hollywood Dish. Yeah, it was the thing of you guys have done it where people interview you. And then while you're talking, they can't talk.
Yeah.
They're going...
Right. And you explain that you can't overlap.
Yeah, like, so I was, and it's like,
making faces,
and they're mouthing words and stuff. And so Kristen and I think, had done press for something and we were doing that the whole time. And then it was like, oh, we should probably write that,
Right. And you also had some different moves in it, though. So it wasn't like just that. It started to change up.
You know what? The one you saw, probably, I don't know if it was that one because we did that one a couple of times. I don't know if you guys have ever had this happen where at dress, there was a thing where I'm drinking a Slurpee and someone says something shocking and I go, and I like throw the Slurpee full giant big gulp right into Wig's face.
Yeah.
And she just has tons of Slurpee over it. And then I throw a thing on her head. So we did it at dress. Perfect.
Of course.
On air, fully miss her. It goes in front of her, doesn't hit her at all.
Oh my God.
And the only sound, and doesn't get a laugh because everybody was like, oh, something went wrong. And I can hear Lauren. It's so bad when you're at home base and I can hear Lauren under the bleachers going, oh, shit.
Oh, terrible. And didn't Kristen break? Did she break on that sketch?
No, I don't.
Didn't.
Oh, no,
there's another one maybe.
What you see now is dress. Like, so he was like, so when I got done, he was like, West Coast will see dress. And I was like, oh, good. Okay, good.
Well, you did a spit take in her fucking grill too, which was hysterical.
Yeah. You realize those are all the things that work, I get to SNL and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have these really cerebral, weird things. And it's like, no, what works is spitting in someone's face.
funny with the sound off. Never fails.
Funny with the sound off is perfect. Exactly.
What about Herb Welch?
Oh, that was based on that was John Mulaney and I wrote that. That was based on
a guy we all kind of know in a way. The guy who should have retired a long time ago. The video.
He's on a field. It was like a YouTube video where the guys, they got in an argument on air, and the guy was like, what'd you say? That one was also from the combination of that. And then I was having to play, I always got cast as like reporters or game show hosts.
Why is that funny?
Like Phil Hartman was our guy doing that,
I was always the guy that was like, we need a setup. So they'll put me in going like, I'm here now at this school where, whatever.
Yeah.
And so we were rehearsing with Emma Stone and for that sketch, and I had a microphone and I was just like hitting people with
hitting her in the face.
I was hitting her and I was hitting Wig and just fucking around with it. And then again, I go, oh, that's fun. And Mulaney was like, we should maybe write that up.
Oh yeah.
That could be like, he was the guy that would go, what if we did that as a sketch? And I was like, oh, is that what we do here?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Emma, again, good in that. And everyone was good. And then you go over. But did you only do that once or did you do that a bunch of times?
We did it a couple of times.
So
we did it with
funny.
Anne Hathaway. We did it with
I saw Emma.
I think. And then when I hosted the first time, I did it.
Oh, so you've done it too much, actually.
It has an improvisational vibe to it.
You know what the funny thing about Herb Welch was? This gave me a really interesting insight into TV critics. Was there was someone who would write, because when I was there at the after party, everybody's on their phone.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
what people are writing about the show.
Wow, we did not have that.
Yeah, so we would everybody is at their table going, so and so at this site hates it. So and so.
Oh, that fast! Wow,
got a 7 out of 10 on the AV Club.
Couchpotato.com.
And you're just like, oh my god! And there was one guy who would do a scorecard every show. And everybody would read the scorecard. And he, at the end of the season, did his year roundup, and he was like, favorite sketch, least favorite sketch. And his least favorite character was Herb Welch.
No, he doesn't know shit.
What an idiot.
This is terrible. It's racist and misogynistic and terrible. And I'm like, well, he's like an ancient asshole. I don't think it's pro that.
Yeah.
The sketch isn't pro him. But
it's a grumpy old man.
Grumpy old man. But then then a year later, I was doing press for something and they brought a guy in, and it was the guy that wrote this. So I'm talking about another thing with him. And then as he leaves, he goes, hey, can I tell you what character of yours I really love? I love Herb Welch.
What?
And I go, all right.
Wait a minute.
On the table, man. I got to be honest. You said he was the worst character in the, that year or whatever. And he goes, yeah, a guy I work with read that and was like kind of bummed out. And he goes, no, you should check it out. You really watch it. And I watched it again. And I was like, oh yeah, this is good.
Oh, that
so we're suffering.
And that kind of gave me I was like, oh, this is how it is with this show. You know what I mean? Like, it was like that day that at that moment, the guy hated it. And now a year later, he's like, oh, it was really nice. And then the opposite will happen, where the thing they love, then you run into them. They're like, actually, I watched that again. It doesn't age well, or whatever.
Well, isn't it fun? Because I saw it this morning too, just seeing it again, which I love when I saw it. First of all, it's low energy in a way, like it's the opposite of the Firehouse incident. Yeah, it's getting huge laughs. So then you have the task of, I don't know if you could do it now, but Kristen Wiig is trans or something, and then Herb goes with the mic over her body.
Yeah.
Oh, over and over.
That, like, was that choreographed? Like, I'll do bump, 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 because the crowd's going crazy. Are you going a little bit more on the air show? Because
I think probably a little bit more. I started laughing because when I hit her in the crotch, Wig made a sound.
Right. So then,
that she did a little sound, and I started laughing.
So you looked away a couple times.
I looked away because she went, like that.
And so instead of breaking in front of the crowd, you just looked away and came back
and
at work
for a second because she was. But yeah, you're right. We probably you couldn't do that now.
Well,
a lot of those.
A lot of those. Yeah, a lot of those stuff.
I had Ching Change, in 1988.
There's stuff Downey wrote for us that. No way. Even at the time, I was like,
couldn't do it.
Jesus Christ, I don't know about this. All right.
I like when Downey goes, there's just something in the.
Like there's something funny about.
It's very precious. It's a little too precious.
There's just something very funny about.
See, when you say this line, you want to go up. And then when you go this one, now he's kind of this thing. It's like we act it out with you and get.
It's that whole thing. It's just more the idea. Yeah, I know.
He was good with rhythms.
Yeah, I mean, I really like Downey, but he would really go. It was,
He goes some places.
He was always goading me on Hollywood Minute to go harder. He goes, "You're a pussy. You're a pussy. You're not doing this. Don't act like you're doing it." And I go, "I'll do it." And he goes, "No, you won't. Don't even talk about it." And I'd sit there and go, first of all, you're the guy that's going to fire me. Because
exactly. And it's like, you don't have to go out there and
he's
do
my boss, and then he wants me to do it, but he'd be like, "Hey, bad news, I have to fire you over that joke."
He's the one.
But I would say, Dana, I'm just jumping around, but when you said, Bill, that you were good the last year, when you were telling everyone you were really good on the show the last year, earlier.
Last 2, 3, whatever.
No,
whenever
I'm joking, but you got more relaxed, and I think the idea of that, I wanted to jump in from 10 minutes ago, is that I think you guys are in the same spot. Maybe not as much Dana or Bill, but I never knew if I was coming back, and every summer he'd say, "I don't know if he's right for the show, but we don't know if we're going to bring him back," to me, about me. And then they would at the last minute. And so you can't relax in that situation. And that's fair. It's a business. He doesn't know. And if he wants to cut me like a baseball team, he doesn't want to have a long-term deal. So I'm, going check to check, going, if I don't get on for 3 shows or don't score, this is it. It's curtains. And so maybe you, or possibly in that same position where it's your last year, you don't really care because there's no high stakes anymore. You're going anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I will also say, and you guys had this, I mean, you did Tommy Boy, and Dana, what you were doing.
Wayne's World.
Were you still on Wayne's? You were still
I was on the show, Wayne's World.
And Wayne's World came out.
Yeah.
Those were huge. I mean, did that give you guys a bit of confidence? Like, Tommy Boy came out where you were like, because I did Hot Rod after my first, and I was like, well, I was in a movie.
Yeah.
They won't cut me.
Andy Samborg.
I feel like there's some stock in me. Even if the movie didn't do well, they put me in a movie, I guess.
Yeah.
But, I was really naive too,
Yeah. I know what you're saying, and I sort of did. I think it was right in the Hollywood. It was probably 3 years. I was on 6. After 3, when I got to 4, I go, I think I'm going to push this through. Now, I was held as a feature player longer than Schneider, Rock, and Farley and Sandler. So I had an extra year. So I'm like, maybe it's just not for me. I mean, I'm not a big character guy. So I sort of saw what they saw, and I go, I can score maybe here and there, but I'm not a full utility player like they need here.
That's so funny you say that, because I was watching, massive fan during those years, and it seemed like you were very much.
I have Kiki.
Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox.
Oh yeah. Hey Sarge, what are you doing here?
Hey Sarge, what are you?
Here's my new one, Daniel Day-Lewis.
I love that so much.
From There Will Be Blood. This is my son and partner HW. That's pretty good, Dana.
I have a competition problem.
I have a competition.
It's not that others fails, I should win. You did that. Speaking of that, drink your milkshake. I love that. Daniel Playview as a sketch. Can you give us? You want to go into it for a second?
I'm an oil man.
I'm an oil man.
I'm an oil man. That was like the thing that you would just repeat to get into it.
Yeah.
So like all day, I was going, I'm an oil man.
Yeah.
I'm an oil man.
That's perfect.
Up on. That was the other thing that drove me nuts. The writers. It was like
nuts.
It's like, this is down in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and it's like I'm doing a voice, so I'm working on saying Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and then for some reason they change it to Kenosha.
Right before air or something.
Right before air, and I go,
Kenosha.
Why'd you guys change it to Kenosha? And it was like, oh, we just liked Kenosha. And I was like, I'm doing a voice.
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in. It's not a
County.
thing I can kind of it's not malleable in a way where I can just start riffing in it, or where,
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever had shit like that where you were like,
Of
why did
course.
it was like all these weird lateral moves at the last minute that would throw you, and then they're like, you blew it.
Just do one phrase and repeat it. That's the key. I never.
That's me in the bathroom before the sketch. You just go in there and you go, have I prepped enough? You're like, it's coming up. Have I been fucking around? Are we at Wally and Joseph's? Are we bullshitting in the writer's room? Like, I got to go lock in and go, okay, I'm going out there. I don't want to go. Sometimes I'm out there. Even in stand-up, sometimes you're in the middle of your show. You go, fuck, I was in a groove because I've done so many shows this week, but I didn't go over it right before I went on and just think like, okay, what am I going to walk out of it? You just got to,
it's fear of like being on national television going, wait, what?
Yeah.
Did you? Yeah, really? Seriously?
Exactly.
I don't even know what I'm reading. Did you do cold openings? I mean, because I had a lot of those right
terrible.
to the camera.
I did one cold open.
Those are the worst, pressure-wise.
I hated the cold open. I did one that Downey wrote where I was Spitzer.
Oh, right.
Elliot Spitzer.
It was Governor Spitzer, and it was me talking for 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And I just after that was done, I went and just was like, I don't think I can do that again. That was like, I was terrified.
Is it there not that many laugh lines in it, or was just too much dialogue?
It's just like, I love Jim so much, but it's dry, it's you're starting off the show doing like this dry thing.
Yeah.
It gets laughs.
They're ready to laugh.
They are pumped and excited, and the band's playing, and it's like 10 seconds, 5 seconds. And then you come out with this thing that the first 4 minutes of it is kind of like set up.
And here's a dry bit. Go.
Yes, it dry, and I love, but it worked. It's, by the way, really funny. But for my anxiety, it was like the first 4 minutes of this is like, actually has no jokes in it. Just being here's the facts.
That's tough.
Yeah. But you had to do that shit all the time, Dana. I feel like
well, first of all, I just want it for SNL listeners. The cold open is when the studio is just getting ready to do the show. Someone screams out 10 seconds, 5 seconds.
Joe did
and then the studio, the rest of the show, there's ambient noise of them moving stuff around while the sketches. It's the only one where the whole studio goes dead quiet.
True.
If this doesn't go well, the show has to dig out from under it.
Yes. Yes.
So it's the pressure spot. I had a lot of props, and I just started waving my arms a lot. Got a dag and gappity bat. I was just to survive.
Well, you had to. You got to get it going.
That has like an energy to it.
Yeah, it had high energy.
Makes everyone have fun.
Yeah.
And then by the time you're doing Bush and stuff, the minute it would come on, we were always like, yeah, but it was like a big character. But it was when it was a thing, like a topical thing.
Yes, and Elliot Spitzer was not as it was only a big story
week.
For a week, and no one knew what he talked like.
It was, I think after that I was in cold opens, but it was like, we now bring you to Congress hearing of,
Yeah.
There was one time I had to go into the booth because I recorded a thing for the pre-tape, the scroll, like, this week in Alabama, blah, 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 whatever current thing happened. And they ran to me and they go, the tape's not working. You got to go do it live. So I ran into the booth, put my headphones on, and it's just everyone yelling and screaming. Is he in the booth? Is he in the booth? And I'm like, I'm here right now. It's like, all right, and go. Now we're live.
Oh, that Don Pardo booth over there?
Yeah. And there's no scroll. So I just have the script and I'm reading over black because something went wrong. So I'm reading over black. I'm trying to remember what I did. I did it Thursday.
Wow.
Saturday. And I'm going, okay, I do the whole thing. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And the sketch starts and I go to sit down. Pardo's in there. I sat on Pardo.
Don Pardo?
And Pardo goes, get off of me.
Get off of me, Bill Hader.
The great Don Pardo. Get off my foot.
So the whole time I was doing that, he was just sitting on the thing in that small booth, and I didn't see him because I was so freaked out. And then I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God, Don, I'm sorry.
It's like he's on the toilet and you sit on him. You're
That's
like, oh,
hysterical.
Rob Schneider.
Jim Belushi.
Jim
Melody Hudson.
He goes, Jim Belushi.
You've heard that, right?
No.
Oh, yeah. Someone underlined Jim.
Oh, no.
Jim Belushi.
As a dick move to Jim Belushi.
We can't do everything about you, but we should we talk about Barry or your... I think my wife did not realize that you went into Second City and was discovered in a backyard.
doing improv. So that might be interesting for a second. But your trajectory to SNL was sort of interesting in that way. And then your story on SNL became fascinating because you are a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, you're a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Put it this way, Bill. This is what I say to people. If someone said to me Bill Hader was the greatest of all time sketch player on SNL, I wouldn't slug them in the face.
That's really sweet.
You'd have to think.
That seems like coming from you guys. Yeah.
You had a great cast though too. You were surrounded by solid shit.
Kristen Wiig, Andy Samberg, Jace, Will Forte, Fred Armisen, Amy Poehler, Seth Meyers, Daryl Hammond, Jason Sudeikis are your bandmates. I mean,
Maya Rudolph was there.
Maya Rudolph overlapped.
It was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah, I was Kenan Thompson. Kenan Thompson's actually the guy that I would sit. He would do those "What Up with That" sketches, and I was so anxious on air, and I would sit and watch him do those because I had no lines in those sketches, and I would just sit there and think like, I just need to get to be like that. How can I get that loose and have that much fun on air? Look how much fun he is having.
He doesn't seem stressed.
I agree. I don't think I ever got there. He's like behind. His joy is just right behind his eyes, and sort of in his mouth. You just feel it.
He was the guy that when people talk about, I was like, Kenan Thompson was the guy I was always. He would do Update. I would go out on the floor to watch him do Update because I was just like, he's just such a
Bill.
He's such a. It's Kenan.
Do you have to take that?
Kenan going like, what are you saying about me? No, but it was just he was just one of those guys that when I was always kind of knocked out by how loose he was and how much fun he had. And we would be in sketches together.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, he can just knock this out. It was kind of like what you were saying earlier. Like you throw anything at him. He never seemed thrown. He was just a pro and lovely all the time. He's one of those guys he could be bullshitting with you about something totally innocuous. And then you go on live television and he destroys it.
Right.
And then comes back and he picks the conversation back up.
I loved him.
I'm like, you know.
Yeah, you got to get ready. Did you guys ever hear that you guys weren't that good? Because obviously now you look back and it's always different eyes.
Pretty all-star.
I want to say the Washington Post or something wrote a review my first season that was like, who the fuck, like me and Sudeikis and Forte were interchangeable.
Who do you think you are?
This is terrible. And living in New York too, people would just. I remember a guy on a cab driver went, "Hey, SNL, you fucking suck."
Everybody has the cab driver.
Or like, you go into a deli and the guys are like, "They don't use you. Why don't they use you? They don't use you anymore."
They haven't even watched for 2 years.
Yeah, everyone wants to get you bitter. Your relatives, everybody. They don't use you.
I get a guys go, "Hey, got any movies coming out?" It's like the dumbest, easiest question. I go, no. I go, "They did that wrong, Missy." I didn't see that one. Anything else? I go, "Well, it takes a year to shoot it. It takes a year to come out.
Yeah.
It takes a year to get another one." And I'm like, "So you missed this? You're 5 years behind." He's like, "Yeah, what else?" He actually said,
the guy works at a deli. What else
Where's Chris Pratt been? You never see him anymore. I go, "He was in Jurassic World and the raccoon one." And he goes, "Oh, yeah, I didn't see those." I go, "Well, why am I going by you? Who the fuck? What? You're giving Chris... If he's not doing well, no one is. My God."
Yeah,
I didn't see Coda. Tell me about Coda,
Is that the deaf one? Is this Chris Pratt in that? See, he's not in shit.
Does he play Coda?
You know why I saw you on Saturday Night Live? I thought you were a woman. I saw that woman character guy thing you did. I thought you were a woman.
But the one I always got was, "Why don't they use you?"
I know. Why don't they use you? Because when I'm in a wig, you don't know it's me. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, is that show live? Do you really tape that live?
When do you guys shoot that? And then for a while, it was like, "What's Kristen Wiig's situation?"
What's her situation?
Is she a nice person?
What's his situation?
She's stuck up.
Hey, what's up with Dale Hammond?
Wow. Is he stuck up?
You think he'd be my friend?
He looks like a friendly guy.
I fancy myself on that show once in a while. I do a characters with my friends.
Anyway,
All right,
what do you want from the
years of
deli?
improv. Okay, good luck with that. All right.
All right, let's wrap it up with Bill.
Let's talk about
after-
Barry.
Oh, Barry, real quick, really quick. No, I'm kidding.
we don't need to talk about it.
Barry, everyone loves it. 30. It's an unbelievable show. It really is. It's shocking. I mean, you're this sketch player. You're so brilliant at it. You do the voice. You do Cloudy with Meatballs. This and that. And then I hear you're going to do this. I'm like, what'll that be like? I was like one of those guys. What are you going all drama for? You're fucking funny. But then the show is brilliant, and you're brilliant in it. And the first show of the first season where your character comes in and watches the acting class, and you're not saying anything, just in that moment. It was like the show just completely hooked me right there.
Yeah.
You know, and of course, because I like people like your cast, Stefan Root. I mean,
yeah.
so fucking great.
Nice.
Sarah Goldberg, Anthony Kerrigan is amazing.
Yeah, Anthony Kerrigan is NoHo Hank. That's what.
Yeah,
that's
NoHo
what I
Hank.
really love. Yeah.
And of course, Henry Winkler is so brilliant. So congratulations, Hank Winker. It's Hank Winkler. I'll say I haven't had, the nicest guy in the world. I'm at the Improv in 1981. I think a mediocre set. I go outside in the bar. I've not been on TV or anything. I just hear a voice behind me going, Stella. It was a stellar performance. And it's Henry Winkler.
Smooth as silk. You landed all your jokes.
Oh, he's so fucking nice. And that was
Him and Ron
Fonzie
Howard.
talking to you? You must have shit your pants, Dana.
Yeah, it was Henry Winkler. It was a big deal for him to give me that at that moment in my life.
Was Pinky Tuscadero there? Be honest.
Pinky,
sorry, that's from Happy
Bud
Days.
Friedman was Take It Outside.
Hello,
take
David.
It outside.
Not in the halls. Not in the
hall. Take it outside. So what do you? So
Give him
this
the light.
Barry thing. What do you want to say about Barry?
Yeah,
season 3.
3 words or less.
Make your publicist happy. I'm just talking like a New York guy
Barry?
now.
When is that third
April
season?
24th.
Okay.
So April 24th. I think today the trailer, the official trailer came out. So
Today, this comes out in 2 years.
Okay.
Bill, is this the one where you direct all of them?
No, I directed 5 of them, and so I really love directing. That's like I love doing that. It's so much fun. But it's this weird thing where people are like, oh, how do you act and direct? But you kind of write a character that doesn't talk a lot.
So I have to worry about that.
Lines. And then when I get the lines, I forget them.
It's hard to do it all. I can't even fucking act. I can't do anything.
Actually, being on SNL was, who was actually Chris Rock was the guy I was talking to. I was like, yeah, I want to direct at some point. And I asked him because he directed, and he goes, if you could do SNL, you can direct because you have to.
You sort of direct your sketches, right?
You saw your sketches.
Yeah.
So when we did the pilot for Barry, me talking to, heads of departments and
props
and all these things, I kind of knew I had confidence in what I wanted and stuff, but that was totally from SNL, from doing that,
It's hard when they go, what kind of drapes do you want? You're like, these or these?
Yeah.
And you go, I'm just worried about the jokes. Yeah, you're good at going, that one.
This one.
you got to make 100 of those a day.
Yeah, all day. And then they go, well, the ones you pick now don't work. And it's like, okay, well, which ones do work? Oh, that's great. Love it. Whatever.
Yeah.
But I think having that confidence, and I think the thing that SNL did, I don't know what you guys feel about, but it took that like romanticism out of like creating, and it was just like, we had to do a show on Saturday. So it was kind of like, there was no, I have to go look out a window and write in my notebook
character
and think about my thing. It's like, no, we're like under a table up on the 17th floor eating pizza, like scribbling real quick, or reading shit in the bathroom going, fuck, okay, I got to go do this on national television in 5 minutes,
So everything seems downhill after
exactly.
that.
It's easy after that. Yeah.
Bill, I have a director question. Sometimes, because I've never directed anything, and I wonder when the director yells action. There's some sets I've been on where the first AD yells action, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
I think to be a director, the only thing you want to do is yell action. That's the whole fun thing.
I totally get that. And I've been on those sets too. I actually have like my first AD. Sometimes you have first ADs and they're kind of like, you work well together, but you're not partners. I have this guy, Gavin Kleintop, who is like my partner in the thing. He's amazing. He's also a big film geek. So like that episode you were talking about, Dana, where you don't see the guy, I can explain to him the Karate Girl episode and go, this is the coverage I'm thinking. He goes, I totally get it, and I'll figure out how to make that work. So he says it, he does say it, but also I'm in scenes, and there is a thing when you're working with people and you're in a scene together. A thing that I've been doing that all the actors are like, can you please stop doing it? Is because I'm writing the stuff too, is I'm mouthing the word.
Yeah.
Can I tell you who else did that? Johnny Carson.
Really?
When I was first out in this thing, because you do the prep interview, and so I would see his mouth moving along. I'm going, isn't that special? And Johnny's going, it's so special. Yeah, same thing. So
wow.
How did you get rid of that, or that would make yourself?
Henry was very sweet. Like, Bill, you're doing a great job, but it throws me a little bit when you're mouthing along with me, especially in some of these more intense scenes.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. So yeah, it is like, Conan does that a little bit. When I remember being on Conan a couple times.
Conan. Yeah. Conan will do it again. Yeah, I didn't want to say Conan because he's a good friend.
No, but I'm saying as someone who does it,
But listen, when you look at that old, not to bring it back, that one Gap Girls Lay Off Me, I'm Starving, I'm so scared it won't do well and it won't do as good as Dress. I am mouthing along.
Really?
And I haven't really heard someone say that before, but now that you're saying it, I go, you can see it in the sketch.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
because you're so in.
I want him to nail it so perfectly, and I'm like, fuck.
Nail this, and please make sure this works. And I think everybody kind of thinks like we're just having fun up there, but it's like there's so much pressure.
But I didn't know I was doing it, and probably you didn't know.
I had no idea I was doing it, and I've had Stephen Root and Henry Winkler both said,
everyone from
with us.
Call sheet.
please stop mouthing along with us. And I'm like, I am so sorry, but you're just so locked in to, what's happening.
Do you like one hallmark of a show that's really working is that there's no weakness. Like every actor on Barry seems like that's the person that had to play that part, and they're so good. So you psychologically and with all your experience, do you change your directing style depending on who you're talking to in terms of like that little note right before you go, trying to give them confidence?
I mean, like Stephen Root and Sarah Goldberg are theater people, very theater trained. And so you don't, they come in pretty prepared. Sarah, especially, like she is super prepared. So it's like gentle, like, maybe have like a little private moment in the middle of this, or maybe try this. But and then Henry is kind of free flowing, kind of So
emotional,
and so he's kind of he needs more. Like we did a scene this season where he has to enter it really angry. And so he was like, I could see him being angry and stuff. And so he was taking a broom and throwing it on the ground. And I was like, oh, good. Can make sure props has a broom there for him. We'll never see it, but he needs something to just kind of go smash something and then enter the scene, And,
okay.
And, it's stuff like that,
Yeah.
And then a lot of it is you try to stay out of their way, but then I do in that way of like, because I'm also acting in it, it's a thing I've had to try to rein in, is I can't help but be like, and this is also at SNL, I had no problem if it was a sketch I was like, it's more like we were saying about Downey, it's more like the rhythm is this.
Yeah.
Actors don't like that.
No.
That's a fine line.
Do you know what I'm saying? Where at SNL, I don't know about you guys, but I had no problem going to Andy or somebody and going like, it's,
Oh yeah, and people would ask for it. If you were the writer of the sketch, I would ask like, "Well, what are you thinking here?"
Yeah.
You know, or
well,
what do you?
Dana,
Yeah, what do we
did the Casons, which is one of the,
Yes.
that's the hardest. That's John Mulaney's favorite sketch we ever wrote. It died at dress, but the whole thing is rhythm. Like
the whole thing is rhythm.
The whole thing
There's
is rhythm.
nothing else.
There's nothing else to it but rhythm. So,
Casey Kasem, father, son.
But then you did it at Largo.
The ne'er-do-well son.
Yeah, we did it at Largo with you. Yeah, you were there. Yeah.
We if the audience doesn't hook the premise, and sometimes at SNL it just gets lost that first 30 seconds. What is going on here? And then it but it was a quiet sketch and very dry. But at Largo, we really set it up. We had him on our side.
We were surprised, and the point, that thing on Barry is like you can't go, hey, the rhythm is this. Because people will go, please don't tell me how to.
Some people literally go, give me a line reading.
Yeah, sometimes that'll happen. Not so much on Barry, but sometimes Henry will be like, just tell me how you want me to say it. You know? But everybody's a little different, you know? And mostly I just know, you guys know from acting and things, the biggest thing I think is actors just don't want to look like idiots. They don't want to look foolish. They want to make sure and they want confidence. Like I've never understood.
That's it.
I've worked with directors that their whole thing is kind of browbeating you.
Weird,
and never
right?
understand it. And so to me, it's just like, but at the same time, smart actors can kind of sniff out if everything's great. That's not good either. You know? Where it's like beautiful. I love it. People.
Yeah, Fred Wolf would always go, "Oh, that's great. That's really great. Really great. Oh, that's just incredible." You might want to just try this one thing, which I appreciate that about him. I was never in a movie with him like David, but I think that that is the challenge of being a director. I had a director would give me 10 notes between takes, 10, and it was just like it turned into nothing.
Yeah, I don't know.
More energy, less energy.
Yeah. Or people being like, very precious about the words. I could see sometimes if an actor's like, struggling with a line, you can go, just say it and how you would say it. But here's the information that we want to get across is this.
Right. I've been locked into lines. They get really mad if you change one word.
What's that?
One word. Where you doing it, and they change if you change one word because it sounds more real, and they go, no, we got to do the whole thing over, and you go, what happened? And you go, you flip these two, and you go, it's the same exact thought. I get it's your writing, but
no, I had that once on a show or movie where the writer was directing and came over and was like, there's a comma there for a reason, and I was like,
yeah, exactly.
It's not that good.
Yeah. Trying to spice it up.
I'm trying to give it, but as long as the general thing is there, I'm not that stoked on if we can find something better. Yeah. Sarah Goldberg and Anthony Kerrigan especially are two people who can come in and will come up with lines, or say Anthony will just improvise it. But Sarah was like, hey, I was working on it and I was thinking maybe I could say this, this, and this. And I'm like, oh yeah, try that,
That's perfect.
Yeah.
So it's not over rehearsed and they could just do it.
Just try stuff in a way. And then, I've done this too, though, where you improvise a thing and it's like, now we're getting way off course.
Yeah.
The story is this, you guys are going over here. Can we, so it's like a nice balance, I think, of that, with people. But I do think when you're acting with people, it's hard because they're scene partners telling them what to do, so I'm always very conscious of that, when.
Yeah. I wonder, have you done a Woody Allen movie? I guess no one does it anymore, but he's sorry
to be
about that.
facetious.
Yeah, because
a large talent.
Yeah. Andre Previn.
John Cusack told me once, he goes, you sounds like you're acting, so you should try to make it seem like you're not like just acting, because it's
that was a note.
Yeah, but it's maybe the writer, which would be me. No, you're a wonderful actor.
You're a beautiful, intelligent woman.
Boy. Yeah. You're a beautiful, intelligent boy.
But talk about a writer-director. So it looks like, if I had to guess, you'll do whatever seasons of Barry, and then you'll be out on the reservation being a film director.
which you dreamed of at age 10.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but it's fun, it's a weird circuitous road to the thing that you always wanted to do, but it's fun.
How fun that you get to do a show and you get to be in it, and what a blast.
And so it represents your sensibility, what you want. You're working with like-minded people, your partner Alex.
And it's dark, and this season especially is incredibly brutal at times, but I don't know, it's nice to kind of have that in it, and it just feels right. Again, it's that instinctive thing. It's like we're talking about death and people getting murdered and stuff.
Yeah. I wondered about that watching season 1 and season 2, the darkness and the lightness and the comedy beats, right on the edge. You must have been thinking about that as you go along. How funny can this be before it takes us away from the story?
Yeah.
Always threading the needle with that, but doing it beautifully. It's working, Yeah,
this season was definitely like, oh, let's push that maybe a little bit when you're trying to be honest with what the material is.
Just go at that.
But sometimes I wonder if it's just getting older. You see friends getting older, people are dying.
You want to go darker.
Like, I got to start to be.
Yeah.
Life happens, and it's like, oh, if I'm going to do this, we should be kind of honest about it. Where I feel if I did the show in my 20s, it'd be a little bit more glib.
Right. Yeah. It's an inevitable trajectory as life beats you up. You go, bad shit really happens on this planet and to everybody.
Yeah, this stinks.
Wow.
This
wow.
Stinks.
Well,
I don't like
anyway,
this.
We're finished with part 1.
Bill,
we're going to take a short break. Our guest today is Bill Hader.
Bill's like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Bill,
I had okay.
Bill, do you have anything more you want to say? Because we loved having you. I had a great time.
Oh, man, it's like awesome being here. And yeah, man, it's crazy. I'm being genuine. It's very cool getting to talk to you guys. I'm still, it's just awesome.
I'm up on the ladder from you. I'm up. David's a half step down from me, and you're the other way down. So thank you. I'm an elder at this point, which is great. But look how fit I am. I mean, it's amazing. My energy. I look startling.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I know you can't see it, listeners. No, I feel good. I'm working on a scripted podcast with my sons, which is so much fun. It's like making a movie. Very difficult, just all voice acting and effects, but I'm having a blast doing that. It's called The Weird Place. David, a little plug before we go. This will be our biggest episode.
Oh, yeah. Go on the road and watch me at davidspade.com. No, I'm kidding.
Dana, wait, do you know that your impression of your sons is the Californian's voice?
I was flattered that Fred Armisen told me that. I thought it could. I mean, I feel that voice was in the ether, but it was pretty much all we're going to do today. Yeah.
Yeah, it's you impersonating your son.
Yeah.
And the first time they did that sketch, he was doing a different voice.
Oh, okay. Oh, and then he switched it out. Oh.
And then at dress, he came out and went, wait a minute. And we all were like, if you see it, I think it's online, Kristen and I are going, funny. What is he doing?
That's what.
And we both lose it.
That's what that sketch, when it first hit me, that you were all going to do that voice and then talk about how to drive around LA. That has hit me like a ton of bricks. It was so fucking, I'm going to take Fountain and I'm going to go.
Well, that was a bit we did when we would come back from LA and you would be at the table waiting for Lauren to show up on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then everybody would go, hey, I just went to LA. And it's like, and then someone would go, how'd you get there? And it's like, well, I took 4 or 5 down to the.
But to do with those voices, no, I'm going to take 405.
No, but that's your impression of your son is the voice we're doing.
All right, I'll take that. All right, thanks.
All right, Bill.
Thanks, Bill.
I'll see you at the reunion at SCC.
Hopefully we'll run into each other and look forward to the 3rd season of Barry.
Yeah, you do,
all right.
Guys. Thanks so
Take
much.
well.
Yeah.
Peace out.
See you, buddy. Hey, what's up, flies? What's up, fleas? What's up, people that listen? We want to hear from you and your dumb questions.
Questions, ask us anything. Anything you want.
You can email us at flyonthewall@cadence13.com. Dana, we've got a question from
our fans?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks,
fans. They get to ask us. They get right to us.
Okay.
Oleg P. Oleg says, hola. No, Oleg says, hello, Dana and David. Dana first for some reason. And who is the funniest non-comedian you've ever worked with?
Anthony Hopkins.
Okay.
I did a movie with him, and
what movie?
It's called Road to Wellville.
Oh, did you? Someone else
was in it,
that.
so it's probably not. But he was in it. Bridget Fonda, John Cusack. Period piece about the invention of cereal.
You know what else is a period piece? It's called Red something. Oh, I blew it. What's that movie out right now?
Red Hour.
Angry something.
Angry Red Lobster.
Angry Guy? It's a Pixar movie.
Free Guy.
It's about angry. Look it up right the fuck now. Anyway, Dana.
Okay, the funniest non-comedian I've ever worked with is Anthony Hopkins because he started out as an impressionist. So he would do, like, on the set, I would do Jimmy Stewart. Yeah, well, what are you doing, Tony? And he would do Cary Grant. I can't believe it. I can't believe we're making a motion picture together. Okay, that's for the boomers. And then I would do Garth, and he would do Hannibal Lecter, and that's where we would kill entertaining the crew and Bridget Fonda and stuff.
Fuck yeah.
I can smell it, Garth. I can smell the licorice. Get away from me, big scary man.
God, that was fucking
Party on,
kill.
David. Have you got one?
You should have come out presenting at the Oscars with him. That would have been funny.
That year that he won the Oscar, because Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman were sitting behind my wife and I at the Oscars. And so as a joke, I kept standing up to start a fake standing ovation every time, you know, and Cruise got really into it. So we were both doing it the whole time. And then when, Anthony Hopkins wins the Oscar, we did it. And then everyone went up.
Worked
So
out.
we got a standing O.
I don't know who mine would be. And did you find the name of that movie? Turning Red, Dana, which is a movie about Pixar. And I just found out what it's about.
And?
Periods.
Really?
The whole movie is Turning Red, meaning it's a girl and she hits like 13 or whatever. And anyway.
Well, it's great. Where can we see that?
You know,
what are the times and dates?
Let's go to the Grove and see that.
There's a movie also on
12,
Hulu
2, and 4.
called AW. Why not? It's a whole feature film about anal warts.
It says, why not?
I'm making this up.
I was about to say.
Sorry. Greg likes that one.
Dog it.
I mean, it's a nice topic for a feature film. The first act is a little slow, and then it really picks up.
You know who's really funny is Brad Pitt is also someone who I'd like to see SNL be a host because he is funny. And he's a funny, I don't think that's the number one thing people think of him, but he's very funny and kind of sly with it, and he'd be a great host. He'd fucking kill it. Probably, obviously doesn't need to do it, but should do it for the fun of it, because I think he would have fun, even though it's fucking terrifying.
Well, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is my favorite movie of the last few years. I've seen it 12 times. He's really funny in that. He has, what they do at the end of the movie is he smokes an LSD joint and he comes back and then all these evil people are attacking him, and he's like, he has this laugh. I remember you. I remember your little white face. And he talks to a guy who's got a gun on him, evil, and he goes, and you were on a horsey. Brandy?
Yeah, listen, that part's not going to be as funny without him being funny. I mean, it's just a cool movie, and then he adds something to it that makes it great. So that's that answer.
Fly on the Wall has been a presentation of Cadence 13.
Please listen, then rate, review, and follow all episodes.
Executive produced by Dana Carvey and David Spade, Chris Corcoran of Cadence 13, and Charlie Finan of Brillstein Entertainment. Production and engineering led by Greg Holtzman, Richard Cook, Serena Regan, and Chris Basil of Cadence 13.